Crystal Auger. Number 22, Jacob Schooley from Delhi District Secondary School, 3 years with the Canes, escorted by his sister Daniel Mitchell. Number 29, Matt Weldler, St. Michael's Catholic Secondary School in Niagara Falls, 2 years with the Canes. Number 33, Carter Michoni from Bishop Tonnis in Ancaster, 3 years with the Hurricanes, escorted by his parents Janine and Frank Michoni. Number 43, Josh McAllister from Waterdown District High School, 1 year with the Canes, escorted by Tina and Rob McAllister. Up next, 48, Spencer Gillies from Grimsby Secondary School, 4 years with the Canes, escorted by his parents Jean and Crystal Gillies. Number 73, Ray Ilnicki from Sir Winston Churchill Secondary School in St. Catharines, 1 year with the Canes, escorted by mom Tina Cochet and sister Danica Ilnicki. Number 85, Jaden Marchesano from St. Mary's Secondary School in Hamilton, 2 years with the Canes, escorted by his father Ross Marchesano. Number 97, Trevor Harrington from Lakeshore Catholic Secondary School in Port Colborne, 4 years with the Canes, escorted by his mom, Kim Sim. And 98, Tyler Cameron from Sir Allan McNabb Secondary School in Hamilton, 4 years with the Canes, escorted by mom Daniel Woods and sister Haley Cameron. Let's hear it for our seniors. What a great group we have out there. Now, when we're all ready, could you please rise for our national anthem?
And welcome to Tim Hortons Field, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Melrose joined by the coach, Ron Ferwarda. Ron, it doesn't know what it wants to do here for weather, but, the Hurricanes are bringing a little bit of, weather into the mix tonight. It's been really nice the last couple of games that we've been here on site. Maybe the god of thunder and lightning is going to give our Hurricanes a little bit of extra oomph today, Coach.
Well, it's a great day for football. It is tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning is officially the fall equinox, so the last day of summer, first day of fall happening here. It's just the weather has completely changed for what we thought it was going to be even like a couple hours ago when we left here this afternoon. It was sunny and warm and a couple puddles around, but then all of a sudden we driving down the 403 and these large fall-like hail raindrops start falling from the sky there. And the temperature's probably dropped 10 degrees since that point as well.
Absolutely. On the weather side of things, it was calling originally for like 30 degrees and sunny today. But regardless, we have the visiting Ottawa Sooners here at the Hammer against your London Hurricanes. And what brought us to this game, Coach? Obviously, it's week 6. So Canes having a bit of a rough go this season, coming in 0-5 today. We thought we were going to get a number 1 in the W column last week. 6 days ago when we were here, but unfortunately the Canes falling to Quinte 22-14, and now Sooners making the trip from the capital here to the Hammer and coming in 3-2 today with a couple of dubs or 3 dubs against obviously the Canes, GTA, and Quinte. So Sooners did fall to London 28-19, and the Sooners did fall to the Saints as well 47-14. But the impressive number there being that the Sooners were able to actually put points up against the Saints, who, on the points against column for the Saints is pretty low in 21, Mr. Ferwarda. So I think we're going to have a great little matchup. If we want to talk about sort of head-to-head on the quarterbacks today. Now, we talked about this. Now, you got information right before I got here, but obviously Amrit Atwell stepping up for the Canes. But now you've got information that maybe Cowan's not playing in the game today for the Sooners.
From what I've heard, Cowan is not able to go coming out of that the St. Clair game last week. A little bit banged up, so we'll have a new quarterback in there tonight. Their star running back is also a little dinged up. That's going to be a big factor. Ottawa loves to run the ball, okay? They're not going to hide it. They love to run that power, and that's what they're going to try to do here. When these two teams met the first weekend of the season, Ottawa really I think they caught Hamilton off guard. Hamilton got those bus legs, long drive up.
Yeah.
And then so I want to see how Ottawa responds here. Last year on a Sunday afternoon, Ottawa came in here and got soundly beat by Hamilton. I'll tell you a key to this game right now as we're about to see Hamilton kick off. It's going to be how many penalties versus last week.
Yeah, and let's just say there were a few last week. Ron is number 13 of the Canes returns this one, so we've got check that. The Sooners in the black here. Sooners number 13. So
Sooners in all
Cameron
black,
Hunt.
Hamilton in all white tonight. So we'll see what the Canes bring out. We're just going to get this out of the way. 31 penalties last week, 285 yards. That can't happen. That's been a focus this week in practice for these teams. So we get to see that. The other thing that I want to see is which team is going to be able to hold on to the ball with the field being slick and everything else. It's going to be who can create that extra possession here or there.
Yeah, and it looks like 7 stepping up as Q for Ottawa here, Coach. He's going to get this off to number 10, who's going to get swallowed up in the backfield pretty nice and quickly here. So
number 40. Number 45, the big defensive tackle, shot the gap, does a good job scraping down, catching his feet. Loss of 1 on the play, so good start for Hamilton.
Yeah, and that's on the carry, running back Johnson of the Sooners, who comes into this game 505 rushing yards on the season in 5 games. So an impressive start to the season for this gentleman for sure. And hats off to our field side camera guy, Addis, who's down there as we get a 3x1 set here with wing to the field side here too, Coach. Q's going to drop back. He's got this ball up in the air. He's got 13 open. 13's going to make that catch about the 40-yard line, get a couple extra. It'll be first down Sooners here at about the Canes 37.
You know, they were able to do that in the first game as well. They ran the ball, then showed that play action and take a shot downfield. This is just, an outside fade position. You see that long crosser coming from that inside 3 spot, making that long fade, and it's almost like a glorified wheel route on that.
Yeah.
But when you're playing zone like that, you got to be able to pick up your guys.
Yeah, and it looks like we do have 7 who on the roster here is Christian Phillips, but number 9 is listed as quarterback as well as Simon Dubé, who's on the chart. So we're going to call it Mr. Phillips for right now. He's going to give this to Johnson, get swallowed up in the middle, maybe for a short gain, and apologize if it is Mr. Dubé out on the field and not Mr. Phillips. But I'm sure somebody will come over and correct us at some point, Ron, as it magically does happen from time to time. So
short gain of 1, Adam, and then again, just really good job by that defensive front. This is something Ottawa had a real advantage of in the first game. They were really able to push the defense around. Hamilton early in this game has done a good job of absorbing the front, as we see an injured player for Ottawa down here.
Yeah, taking a knee, I believe number 61 on the O-line.
61, I think it's 67 actually.
Who's getting attended to here?
So it's number 67 coming off.
67. So that's going to be Luke Hopper coming off.
64 is coming in for him. I think he was playing the left guard position.
Checking in is Ahmed Meradaja. So 2nd and 9 here for the visiting Sooners. And, Kane's looking pretty, bringing the pressure there. The first couple of plays, obviously, if you're just joining us on the broadcast here on OFC TV, a big pass from Phillips to Cameron Hunt is what put the visiting Sooners here on the 37-yard line. So Phillips, 3 men in motion. He's going to drop back. He's having a look to the boundary side, rolling
Pressure
out, but he's
coming.
getting pressure coming. This one's just going to get thrown to the Canes sideline.
Okay.
And
No. This is. I want to point this out. Last week, they continued that, gave him a shove out of bounds, and they got the 15-yarder. No flag on the play. Smart, heads-up football. Understanding the ball's gone, continuation of the play is over, let him go. Smart. That's one of the things I want to see.
so I'm assuming Coach Barry Emo had a little bit of a few chats, polite conversations with the gentleman about the 31. Now we've got the white hat ref here signaling in.
So it is 3rd down. They pointed against Hamilton, but they're moving it against Ottawa.
Right, and we've still got we're set up for punt return here. So against Ottawa,
That's too many yards. Kicking from the 40, you got to come up a little bit, especially
Yeah.
the wet conditions.
and it looks like Siderius, and I think it's Gago back there to return this. Siderius is going to get under it. Oh no, it bounces off his chest. Is going to
He's
fall
got it
on
back,
it,
though.
and Siderius just lands on that. It's difference of 15 yards, Coach.
Yep, I say it all the time. Catch it in the air, and you're able to get a great. You get that push, you get that forward momentum, and everything else. So I want to see what Hamilton's offense does. They did a lot of things really, really good last week. I want to see if they can continue that, and if they can really establish that run game.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. Atwell back at the helm, barking out orders. Couple guys rolling out, man in motion. We're going to give this off to, I believe, Maraca here. Coach, yes, we are. It's going to break this one up the middle, and he's brought down by number 42. That's going to be Ivan Omofoma of the visiting Sooners.
Okay, but there's that power run that they were doing last week as well. And a good job of double teaming at the point of attack. The offensive line got a really, really good push. Kept his feet driving, broke the first tackle, gained another 10 yards. First down for the Canes at the 35.
I like it. So, I mean, as we saw in the last game, too, Siderius lining up at that tail position now, too, Coach, which is, I think he's proven himself on the offensive side of things as Amrit is brought down by 28 of the Sooners. That's going to be Jalen Gee who brings him down, and that'll bring up, would be third down here, Coach.
Second down.
Second down.
So second down and about 15 there. Just a little bit of a low snap. Wasn't able to control it. They were having a few snap problems at the beginning of the game. Snaps were a little bit low. It's something that's got to be corrected as this game goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. So Atwell, he's got Siderius and Moraka in the backfield, 2-by-2 set on the receivers. Horncastle rolling out a little bit. Atwell having a look boundary side. Was looking for Siderius, just threw behind him a little bit here, Coach.
Yeah, Ottawa brought pressure there. Weren't really hiding it. They dropped one guy out at the last second there. The pressure came right off the edge. Not able to complete that. But third down and 15, we're going to see the Hamilton punt team out today. And again, let's see how these guys do with flagging these punts. I think this is going to be a huge factor in today's game.
And it looks like Tyler Nold back to punt this? Yes, it is. All right. Oh, and a low snap again. He's going to get it off the deck. Does get it away. Nice punt here, Coach.
Nice high punt.
Yards. He's going to be fielded by number 6 of the Sooners, who breaks the first tackle and is brought down eventually here. And number 6 returning, that's Aiden Wallace-Blackett, and that'll bring up first down for the Sooners.
Yeah, good job by Hamilton tracking that ball downfield. Number 81 cleans it up. Good pressure. Good exchange there. Now, Ottawa's got a little bit on the plus side there on that exchange. Let's see if they can create a little bit of pressure here. And again, the key to Ottawa is shutting down that run game. If they can shut down this run game, consistency with their front, this could be a long day for Ottawa.
Same look. Pro set here from the Sooners. 2 men in motion. Phillips is looking downfield. Phillips going to roll out to his right side. He was looking for number 10, Rashad Johnson, once again. Interesting coming into this game here too, coaches. Phillips is listed as the number 1 receiver, 212 receiving yards coming into this game. So again, we'll be looking for an answer on whether this is actually Dubé playing or if it is Phillips, but certainly looking for his target downfield in the number 1 running back. So 2nd and 10 here for the Sooners.
Well, and again, all they did was leak out. Hamilton brought pressure, and the running back leaked out in the backfield. Wasn't able to get him there. Just really, really good pressure by the Canes there. 2nd down and 10 for Ottawa.
Same look from the visiting Sooners. Snap's good. He's going to give this one. No, he's just going to follow behind Johnson. Phillips is in. He's going to get 5. Gets it just past the first down mark. Yep, first down with about another 4 yards here, Coach. So
just a quarterback power run. They show the outside zone there, and then it's just a cue follow. So you got a lead blocker outside. This is what Ottawa did really well against them. As they got outside, they were able to break contain. You got to pin that edge and force everything back inside to your help.
Well, and when you got 61 on the backside pulling guard, and but you got these 2 speedsters behind it, it's like, hey, thanks for the lead block, but we're going to take this a little wider and get this first down. So nice little drive that Ottawa's putting together here. So similar look, 2-by-2, 2 men in the backfield with Phillips. 1 man, 2 men in motion. Phillips going to give this one to Johnson. Johnson's taking this one boundary side. He's going to take it just outside, get about 5, 6, keeps trucking. Probably 8-yard carry here, Coach.
Yeah, he broke the tackle there. We had I believe it was number 40, shot the gap there, had him in the backfield. Wasn't able to bring him down. Keeps his legs driving for a gain of, I'm going to say, about 7 on that for a 2nd down and about 3.
And number 40, that's Matthew McIntosh with maybe one of the most electrifying plays of this game last Saturday.
Yeah.
With the blocked field goal, options it out to Hicks, and Hicks takes it house, which what a great way to end the first half last week here for the Hurricanes. So
yeah, Hamilton needs to get some magic going. They need to get a stop. They need to create some turnovers in this game to get some positive momentum.
Here we go. Phillips going to give this one to Johnson. Johnson breaks off that tackle. Would have been a loss for about 5. Gets it back to the line of scrimmage. And he's just going to go out at the Canes bench here, Coach.
Yeah, big hit on the sideline there. Johnson really running hard. And he needed 3. And he got about 7 on that. And again, had him in the backfield. He's so strong. And he's looking to come out here. So Johnson's coming out. and they're substituting a new back in. So the power back that Ottawa has is now coming out of the game.
Yeah, so Christopher Huyemans is coming in, number 34 for the Canes. And we got a 1st and 10 here from about the 22-yard line. Same look. Huyman in the backfield as well. We've got 13 in there with Phillips. That's Cameron Hunt. Phillips having a look downfield. He's got his man number 2 in the end zone, right through the fingertips. He's looking for a flag.
No.
It's not coming. Intended receiver there, Hayden Murray for the Canes.
Good coverage by number 21 for the Canes. He tried to beat him back inside, track him. He's allowed to have position on that ball, so a little bit of hand fighting there, but a really good job of understanding the angle, getting in front of there, and really becoming the receiver and forcing the receiver to be more of a defender on that.
Absolutely. So Canes taking a few deep shots here in the game. So they got the nice completion earlier on. So
Ottawa
maybe,
does.
Sorry.
The Sooners.
Yeah.
Canes are in white.
2-by-2. 3 men in motion here. We're going to give this one to number 13. He's going to get this on the outside. Spins off the first tackle. Goes out around the 3rd or 4th yard line here, Coach.
So that's number 33 for Ottawa, taking it over the right edge. Just really good blocking. They're getting both the receivers down there. They're pulling the linemen out there as well. So it's almost like a power. It's almost like a power sweep that they're running there, and it just does a good job of sealing down, pulling the backside around, so you're not allowing the linebacker to scrape across, and you got guys working downfield.
Absolutely. Erskine, 33, and number 34, Huyemans, backing up Phillips on either side of him. 2 men in motion. We're going to give this one. No, we're just going to pull it, and we're going to get a walk in from Phillips for the first touchdown of the visiting Ottawa Sooners here, Coach.
Well, see, and that's what happens is when you start focusing on the run game as much as you do, you want to stop those running backs in, but you've got to maintain that outside leverage. Crashes down, pulls it, and walking touchdown. 6:21 left to go in the first quarter. Sooners on the board first.
If you're just joining us, thanks for joining us here on OFC TV. You got Canes TV live coming to you from Tim Hortons Field, sponsored by AIM Recycling and a variety of other fantastic local sponsors we'll bring up at halftime. It looks like we're getting ready for the PAT here, Coach. I believe that's
79?
79. So that's going to be Zachary Schmidt with the chip shot for 1, and it's a 7-0 game here, Coach.
So Ottawa had the 2 possessions. Went pretty much short out on the first drive. That we were able to get a little bit more of a drive going there. A lot of the same, unfortunately. We talked about that. You want to stop that run so much that you kind of pull your positioning on that. You got to maintain that outside leverage first.
Yeah, and maybe we can see the replay one more time, because I think what ends up happening is, so the end just bites inside, and you got no contain, and you're done. So that's
everyone tries to make the play. Sometimes the play to be made is do your job and force it back inside.
Well, and the hard thing is, as a defensive end, your gap's usually C gap or D gap, depending on the look, right? And that B gap's going to be looked after by the linebacker behind you. So it's a trust thing with the guy behind, and now you're taking his spot. He's got to roll over. And so here we go. So Sooners lined up in the kickoff. 6:21 here in your first quarter, live from Tim Hortons. And back to return this, I believe, Gago and Siderius again, Coach?
I believe so.
All right. So, decent kick here. Looks like Siderius is going to get his mitts on it, and he's going to climb up about 5 or 7 yards here. First down, Canes.
Yeah, first down at the 31-yard line. Good job of just not dancing. This is what I like. If you've heard our broadcast before, I don't like that side to side. Catch the ball, hit it straight upfield.
You see you get one cut from him, and then it's just knifing it upfield. So.
Yeah, and you know what? More times than not, that's how you end up breaking it. I know all these guys like to say, well, we're going to run the 200 on that and really get to the edge. Last time I checked, most guys aren't fast enough to outrun an entire special team.
Yeah, no kidding. 2 men in motion here for Hamilton. We're going to give this one to Maraca. Maraca gets himself a nice about 5-6 yards here.
I'm going to say gain of 6 on that, Adam. Just, again, that straight-ahead power to that right-hand side. I really like that. Concentrate. Now let's go. Let's come back. Ottawa's going to be bringing a little bit of pressure. They brought it on second down both times before, so I would expect the same type of thing.
Yeah, well, 3-by-1 now, 3-by-2 for Hamilton. And we're going to bring Moraka back into the box. We're going to give this one off to Siderius, who does try and spin off, but gets swallowed up in the backfield by 1, 2, 3, 4 Sooners.
Yeah, that time they brought more rushers than they had blockers there. They had 6 guys in the blocks and 7 were coming. All three linebackers came that time for Ottawa. Threw them down for a loss of about 3, and we're going to see the punt team come out for the Canes.
Well, and single man back for the Sooners to return this ball, number 26. That's going to be
so if you're going to do that, what you want to do is try to pin this toward the sidelines, make him go a long way to get that ball.
Was a right-footed kicker here, Coach. So
yeah, I'm trying to put it around the 40-yard line over on the right.
All right, and that's going pretty much right to.
The ball's fumbled.
Off him
there you go.
58 hustling down the field. So hats off
Great
to
coverage.
Dimitri Duffield, starting D lineman. And let's talk about the starting D for a second here too, Coach, once we get through the replay. But nice kick. Got to catch it in the air. We talk about this all the time here, Coach, and Duffield just coming right down. So on the starting D side of things, we are going to see Mr. Duffield here starting at defensive end. Faulkner, Sachs, and Craig, whose names we have all called all season long. Gillies, Hoaxman, St. Louis at the LB side of things, and DBs, Tiffany's, Cockrell, Hustle. We talked about a lot, Todoric and Evely. So we'll see what they've got to say about this next drive from the Sooners. So similar look
Number
from the
10
Sooners.
is still out of the game here. So that's something that we said he was a little bit banged up coming into this game, so maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that now.
Yeah, so Johnson, the leading rusher for the Sooners. Now we're just going to run the draw here and get swallowed up by Duffield and big number 90 here, Kyle Quartz.
Kyle Quartz does a great job getting off his block. Look at him coming across, and 58's here to clean it up. That's a lot of meat. If you're a quarterback, now I understand this guy's normally a receiver, probably a little bit more physical than the quarterbacks, likes to run a little bit more, but you don't want your quarterback taking those type of hits. That's just, you really don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, here we go. So Sooners back in the same look, 2-by-2. Nope, they're going to slide Erskine out a little wider. And we've just got Huyemans in the backfield. 3 men in motion. Phillips dropping back, rolling out boundary side, pointing downfield. He's got a man right at the marker. That's going to be number 15 on the reception. And the ball gets fumbled. And we got this one.
Number 58.
58 on the strip. That's Dimitri Duffield. Has himself like 3 out of 4 plays. Great series for this guy. Let's bring the Canes offense back out on the field here,
we talked about Canes needed to do a little bit, needs some of that magic that we saw at the end of the half last week. There we see that's just a hustle play, and we talked about at the start of the game how we protecting the ball was going to be a huge factor in this. The first turnover of today goes to Hamilton. Let's see if we can capitalize on it now.
1st and 10 on the Sooners 47 here, Coach. Wing field side is going to roll out to slot. Moraka's coming back underneath. We're going to give that one to Moraka, makes a cut, gets about 1 yard on this one.
That's taking a long time to develop. You're taking a wing, moving them back on almost a jet, and look at the pressure's coming off the edge right away for Ottawa, and just no time to develop there. I'd like to see them get the receivers involved. They've got 2 of the most dynamic receivers in the league, and Lord and Luka Jones there. So I'd like to see these guys get involved, although I don't see Lord Anto on the field.
No, not a scratch this week, though. So we do have Luka Jones out wide. Amert having a look. Boundary is able to get out of this one, but he's going to get brought down and fumble the ball. Are they going to call him down,
though?
They're
saying he was down. So no fumble. They're saying he was down at the 50-yard line. Right now, I think you're going to take that loss of 15 on that.
And we got some mildly upset Sooners coaches on that one, Coach.
Mildly upset is an understatement.
We could just see the expressions. We can't hear the words from up here on the concourse.
Yeah, if you're running for your life like that, and you can't set your feet and then pause to throw the ball, you got to see something right away and attack it, or bad things are going to happen.
Yep, 86. Back to return this one, and we don't have an 86 on our roster from the Sooners here.
Short high punt.
Oh, because
Now that's touched.
Yep, and that's live. We're going to get this fielded by 26, who ends up picking it up. He's going to take and run the 200-meter here. He's got 88 out front in a block, and that one's being returned by Abdoulaye Beretti. And it was 88 back to originally returned that, Cedric Abu Zara, and Kane's back to work.
Yeah, so 26 picks it up on the bounce there. I think that bounced off the returner anyway. But again, they're doing a good job of running the 200 like some guys like to do. But you see what happens when you're crossing the face of the entire defense.
You're going to run 30 yards to gain 3.
And that's literally he ended up catching it or returning it about 3 yards to where he picked it up. So
just over the 1 minute mark here in the first quarter, Sooners, Canes, Tim Hortons Field. Similar look here, 2-minute motion for the Sooners. We're going to give this one back to Johnson, who's back on the field. Makes a couple of guys miss here. Is finally brought down by 2 of your Hurricanes, number 32 and number 9. And that's going to be hats off on the tackle to Cockrell and Hustle.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's our man number 10 again. That's a little bit hurt on that tackle. It was a good clean tackle. It's just his head did bounce off the turf a little bit there. So it's unfortunate. This is a really, really dynamic ball player, and you want to see those guys make it through the game, and you want to see them be healthy.
Of course.
So, again, just a great day. The rain has stopped here, Adam, and just really happy to be back here in the Hammer.
In bonus summer weather that we're getting right now, that thank goodness it's not normal September weather here on the 21st. I think we'd be in our jacket today, sir.
My knees would be in full traction.
Standing on the concrete? Yeah, of course. So Phillips heading back into the huddle here for the Sooners. And defense, defense looking all right on this.
The defense has looked good at times all year, but then they try to make that extra play, and that's what's hurting them.
They're seeing the tape too, right? The visiting teams, and understanding that they could take that deep shot because there's been a bit of a threat there. So
he did not get there. He didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, and he fumbled the ball.
The ball's out.
Guess who got it again?
Is it Duffield?
It is number 58.
Duffield. Wow.
I don't think he causes this fumble. Producer Stephanie, if we got this replay, I'd love to see it here. It's the big man right there.
I think he rips
53 punches it out.
And then Duffield's there.
And Duffield gets it. So 53. Let's give
Ben Stacks is 53, so great job.
So again, 2 turnovers now. Okay,
I like it.
Ball security, we talked about that. How is this going to factor in today's game? We're starting to see how this factor in. But if you're Hamilton, you've got to capitalize on some of these. You're playing in Ottawa's end. You've got to come away with some points here.
Absolutely. Amrit's going to give this one to Moraka. Moraka up the middle behind his boys. He's going to get himself a couple of yards here. And
they're mugging the offensive line where they're sending a defender. Look, there's a defender in every gap. Now, if that's what you're going to do, how do you defeat that? Well, throw a screen.
Yeah.
Throw one out. Throw a bubble or something like that. If you're going to commit 7 guys to inside of that box.
Yeah. Or can we just run a simple little toss to the outside at this point here?
Again, I think it's going to be the leaker that's going to be coming here.
Absolutely. So we're going to give this one to
33.
Mischione, who we haven't seen in the backfield a whole lot. This is one of the first games in a while that we've seen him there. So very involved. One of the seniors in senior night here tonight for the Hurricanes. But it looks like punt team coming back out here.
This isn't a bad thing. We're playing the field position game here, okay? So look at how, Ottawa started the ball with they had the possession at their 40. Now you're forcing them to go more depth. Ball security is obviously going to be an issue tonight. We've seen it. We've seen a couple fumbled punts as well. So picking the ball up in these lights and everything else. Again, I'm not looking for a single here. I'd love to tuck this ball at about the 5-yard line.
Right. And while we were chatting, they're switching ends. So I'm guessing they got to a point where they were okay with this. So I guess a little bit out of range here for Nold on the field goal, right?
That's a long field goal. You're talking By the time that comes back there, that's going to be a 45, 46-yard field goal.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of kickers in this league that are going to make that.
We'd sure like to see it, though.
Oh,
Coach.
I would. Hey, I'd say I paid money for it, but no. I'd love to see it, though.
Yeah, out-of-town score right now, just having a look at it, too. St. Clair only leading the London Beefeaters right now 7-0 and 11-22 in the second quarter. So a much closer game. That always seems to be the case with the Beefs, too. As the season goes on, those games get closer with the Saints. So Nold gets
great
a
punt
boot on this one all the way into the end zone. 88 back there needs to get out of the end zone. He's got pressure coming. Ooh, he might.
Oh, those are flag, though, okay? So you got a flag on the far side of the field. This is going to be for unnecessary roughness against Ottawa.
Wow. Okay, we had a blocking behind way back there, too, on
Yep.
the replay. Abuzar's in the end zone. So do we get turf mutts? No, he gets shoestring.
And so they're giving him a rouge, though, okay?
Okay.
So they're giving the rouge.
Single.
But then you're going to get the 15-yard penalty on top of that. So
It would have normally come out to where?
it should have normally come out to the 20-yard line. This is because it's going to be half the distance. This is going to be coming out to the 5. This is going to be coming out to the 10. We see a Hamilton player coming up a little bit gimpy at the end there, trying to catch the number.
89, I
89,
believe.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's Pereira, Robbie. So said his name a fair bit last week as well, too, in the game last Saturday.
So this is they're actually going to mark this off. It's offsetting, okay? So they're calling against both of them. Don't agree with that, but okay. Didn't agree with a lot of the calls last week either, but okay.
True enough. Well, 300 feet away, I mean, I think we could still see it here, Coach. But that's why we do this.
Excellent, though. That's why I do this.
You do have your glasses on today, sir. I appreciate it. So Phillips with Erskine and Johnson in the backfield, 2-by-2 here for the Sooners. Two men going to waggle down, and Erskine. We're going to give this to Johnson. Johnson's going to take it B-gap, roll off, and get about a 5-yard gain here.
Yeah, good gain. Again, this is what he does well. He can stick his foot in the ground, and then he's so strong of a runner, so strong on first contact. It's hard for the first man to take him down. Number 90 for the Canes was right there again and wasn't able quite to You're not going to bring this guy down with one hand.
Yeah, Kyle Courts is twice as wide as Mr. Johnson and just needs to break down a little bit more. It's going to help him out a little bit. But
second down and 5 for the Sooners. Very Ottawa Rough Rider looking Ottawa Sooners today. Mm-hmm. Just need the red stripe down the helmet.
Yeah, 1-by-2 wing to the field side here too. Same guys in the backfield with Phillips going to roll out. He's going to give this to Johnson. No, he's going to pull it. Phillips going to take it right up the middle. He's got the first down. Gets brought down at the 40-yard line here, Coach. Remove the chains.
Yeah, good run on that. But again, ball security. Hamilton's starting to attack that ball. So, that's something we got to be aware of. We got to be a little bit more aware of up there, tucking up there. And again, he's used to running in traffic with the ball. So maybe that's something that two hands. Do that cross. Get that second hand across there when you start to feel pressure. Ball's a little bit too low.
All right, Erskine, Johnson in the backfield with Phillips. To the left side,
really
too,
power
with the
off
wing.
step there.
So we're going to give this to Johnson. Johnson's going to take a field side, gets to the outside, keeps pumping. This is about a 6-yard gain here, Coach.
Yeah, good gain of 6 yards on there. And again, 3 yards after contact, kept his legs driving, spinning around. But this guy's been hit a lot today, and he was coming up a little bit banged up. Not sure how many more of those hits he's going to be able to take consistently over this game.
Well, definitely the bell cow here with 505 yards coming into this game in a Week 6 matchup here against your Hamilton Hurricanes live here on Canes TV. So 2nd and 4, and we'll see what the Sooners are going to bring.
2-by-2, Adam. Pro set.
Yeah, so we're back. Not the power offset anymore. 3 guys motioning to the field side here.
Pressure coming and escape
take this. And is this Duffield again in the action? It absolutely is.
He absolutely is. He's having himself a game.
Yeah, Duffield, it must be this 7 o'clock kickoff time. It got our camera guy at us here on time, and it's given Duffield one heck of a game so far.
Great pressure coming. They're going to give him right back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down. It looks like Ottawa's keeping the offense out.
Wow. 11:40 counting down here on the clock. Sooners staying in it. You're absolutely right here, Coach.
I'm
Now,
expecting
Are we getting a hard count here?
No, number 10's getting this ball here. 100%.
So, Coach Ron says Johnson. We're going to give it to Johnson. Johnson runs the middle and just gets over. So this will be first down Sooners.
He just got it. I mean, just got it.
Found a squeaky gap there to just jump through right
there.
Right there, just because he rolls over.
He literally rolled over Quartz at the end there. That's what actually got him the first down.
Yeah.
So,
well, and we've got we got a shoe tire and somebody down. Okay, it's on the far side. You were blocking him.
Sorry, number 45 there.
So 45. That's going to be Malik Faulkner on the D tackle, nose tackle today. And let's talk about this defense for a minute while they're dealing with this media. We already talked about it. 31. I don't even know the total yards, but 31 is a ridiculous number for penalties last week. And the flag count's been low so far. And I really like where the defense is coming from. And what did we keep saying last week too in the game? We just wanted to see Hamilton run the ball, and they've been successful in that.
Get some rhythm. Just establish some rhythm on offense. Get some first downs. Not every drive has to score points.
Yep.
We'd love it if it did. Absolutely, we'd love it if it did. But unless you're who was it, the Dukes today going into North Carolina, you're not going to score on every drive.
Yeah.
Talk about a big upset there.
Absolutely.
In college football today.
Well, Faulkner going off the field on his own power, which is great.
Yeah.
Brings us back to 1st and 10 here, just 11 and change, counting down on the clock. We're in a 3-by-2 set now for the Sooners. And Phillips barking out order. 3 guys in motion. Phillips having a look, rolling out boundary side. He's got pressure coming from Courts. Courts almost gets him, and he runs out of bounds. So
smart heads. Okay, but again, understanding the leverage pushes them outside. Too much momentum going towards the sidelines there. Forces them out of bounds for a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, and he got the out there that he was looking for with 15, but he's covered up. So, run out of bounds. Don't get absolutely obliterated by Kyle Courts. It's a good strategy in that case, sir.
We have not a man down. We have a stick down.
Oh, a little technical difficulty here.
Technical difficulties going with the sticks there.
Well, and in checking with the out-of-town score, still 7-0 Saints over London. 7:15 in the second quarter. So, we were talking about rhythm, talking about putting a drive together here, Coach. I think, in the couple of practices that the Canes have had since last Saturday, Sunday. It's just been a great showing so far. So here we go.
This is what I want to see out of Hamilton more than anything today. Can you rebound? Can you come back with a little bit of control of yourselves and play a good football game?
Yep. Phillips dropping back. He's got 2 guys
taking a
shot to number 14.
Oh, did that hang up
Hicks
there?
is right there. So,
that ball hung up there forever.
I mean, the wind's not even blowing that much. I thought Hicks was going to make a play on this.
You look at the end zone flags here. They're not moving at all. You look at the flags on
the Canadian flags in the far end zone.
Yeah, and it's just it's definitely moving there. So I think the wind's definitely blowing. We don't necessarily. I don't feel it here. We're standing on center field basically, and it is cool. It is damp out, but big play there by the Canes. I think you're still too far back for the punt. I'd rather go up about another 5 yards there.
Yep, Siderius Gago back to return this, Coach. This one looks to be going boundary side. Yes, it is almost right up the middle, landing on the hash. Bounces off Siderius' foot, and then he's tackled right away by 42. We're going to get a no yards, not tackle.
It's a 5-yard no yards call.
Ivan Omofoma for the Sooners. So Canes back to work here, Coach. So let's, we're talking about it. Let's establish a little bit of rhythm. Let's put a drive together. What do we want? We want to see Maraca trucking the ball. We want to see Mischione running the ball. Right? Can we
Siderius hasn't carried it much yet.
No, he's been in the backfield, but you're right. The one time I think it was supposed to go to him, bounced off Atwell's foot, right? So we still got a flag, but that was just for the no yards.
5 yards, no yards call.
So 1st and 10, Canes, live here on Canes TV. Now, Luka Jones is a guy whose name we haven't said, not scratched. Lord Anto is another guy we have not said. And that's number 10 and number 11.
I don't see 10 on the field, though. Luka's on the far side, though.
Well, Amrit is going to give this one off. We're going to get a couple of yards gain here, Coach. And I believe that's Miss Keone. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
On the carry. So
Good inside run, gain of 3 there.
2nd and 7.
Second and 7 there, yeah.
Okay, yeah, the one guy was marking it a little shorter, but they did adjust it, so not bad.
Again, try to get something. I'd like to see Luka Jones coming out with like some type of crosser. Actually, he's not out there.
I don't
right
even
now.
see him now. He's
not out there
Lord
right
Anto,
now.
he is not on the field either, so maybe we'll get some eyes on the
You got to
sideline
snap
here.
it. If you're going to go with the Hank call, you got to snap it.
Amrit, fine, was looking for Marchesano. But that one, I think, hits the deck before he's able to pull that one in.
It looks like it was tipped at the line of scrimmage there. Not sure the number that got his hand up there, but it definitely came out flat.
Well, 3rd and 7, that's going to bring out the punt team. So Tyler Nold going back to work here for the Canes. And we'll bring the D back on shortly.
Again, only one returner back there.
Yeah, so, I mean, same as last time, Cedric Abuzara. Maybe just keeping a guy down to put a little more pressure in here, Coach.
Let's get a good long snap here.
Perfect. That's a little low, but he does get
Good
this
punt.
one away.
It's over his head. It's over his head.
Over his head. It's going to make 1-2 bounces. It's on the ground. He's able to pick it up. He's got a lead man blocking number 26 out in front, and he's brought down by 84 of the Canes.
Okay.
That's Matt Gormley on the tackle.
Okay, now you've got a flag on this side of the sidelines. It happened right away, but a huge hit. That's what I want to see, you know. I want to know what this flag is. I don't know if they pushed him out of bounds, necessary roughness, or
there was on the replay. I know you're on the other side right now, but on the replay, it almost looked like a guy got pulled down at about center field.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
May have seen it.
Yeah, and they're moving it back.
Yeah, so holding, against the Sooners. It definitely, if we see it on the replay one more time, right at center field, right there, he gets pulled down. Good call by the referees. But
again, Hamilton's got that, or Ottawa's got that long field. Hamilton's doing a good job wanting the field position battle. Just got to capitalize and get some points going here.
8:22 on the clock here.
7:01.
Field. Same look, Erskine in the backfield, and it looks like
doubles. So the 10's still not out there right now.
Yep. So it's 14 in the backfield now too with Ethan Wilson. And we're going to give this to Erskine. Erskine's going to take this off to the sideline. And there's Duffield again getting involved. Also number 18 on the tackle. That's Josh Auger of your Hamilton Hurricanes.
Yeah, Auger does a really good job finishing it up there. That's just that power sweep. What they tried to do, what they've done a number of times off that, is show that lead and come back with a counter to the backside. They've done that a number of times. This time they said, no, we're just going to toss the ball. Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4 here for the Sooners. Ball's at the 14-yard line, it looks like.
And, I mean, we're probably going to say Duffield's name a few more times this evening, sir, but coming from the backside end to make that tackle off the sideline is very impressive for a big man on the line. So here we go. 3 to the field, 2 to the boundary. Actually, it's going to roll out. Erskine will. 2, 3 guys in motion. Phillips having a look downfield. This ball's across the middle. Is caught and tackled by 21 of the Canes. So that's Ethan Evely. And number 2 on the reception is Hayden Murray of the Sooners.
So it's just a long post route. And if you've got good coverage there, be the receiver, attack that ball. It hung up there enough. I thought he could have undercut that and gone for the ball in there.
Canes first down at the 45, about 46. 3 men in motion. Phillips having a look. He's in trouble rolling out to the boundary side. He's going to get this one all the way past the marker. First down Canes.
Okay, good job.
First down Sooners.
Good job by number 13 coming back with the peel back block, but it was not contact from behind. He got him on the side.
Yep.
And it was just a block. That enabled him to get that extra yard.
Yeah, Huyman's doing a good job in the backfield too on the pass pro. Nice little hustle down the field for a first for the Sooners, and the training staff coming out once again for an injured Hurricane. And a few new guys checking into the field. So number 34 entering the field is Alex Stocko for the Hurricanes, as we see one of the Canes being attended to. So if you're just joining us here, thanks again for joining us on OFC TV. You got Canes TV live from Tim Hortons Field. Adam Melrose and the coach Ron Ferwerda on color commentary this evening. Hats off to our guy Addis down on the field, braving the weather. Mind you, the rain seems to have stopped here.
Yeah,
in the,
it's completely
in the
stopped.
Hammer.
It's very, very still. It's always that
For being
midsummer night, except for it's about 15 degrees cooler.
Yeah,
than
there you
that.
go. Well, and even here, at Tim Hortons, we're pretty much in suburbia here for the most part. I mean, so, the downtown's very close, but you just don't get the light pollution either. Just outside past these big bright lights, it's dark around here.
Yeah. It's definitely cloudy tonight. Number 18 being taken off, walking up under his own power. That's good to see.
Yeah, so it's Josh Auger, whose name we've said a few times this evening already. So we'll head over to the trainer tent, get looked after, and we'll get back to work here with 1st and 10 for the visiting Ottawa Sooners.
So just noticing number 79 for Ottawa was in the trainer's tent. Trying to get stretched out. Not sure where he's playing, but I'm not sure he's going to be coming back in anytime soon.
3 men in motion for the Sooners. Phillips.
Big pressure coming.
Pressure
away.
again. Gets rid of it. 13 almost gets his hands on this, so that would have been Cameron Hunt, but that'll go incomplete.
Good job scrambling. If this is not a quarterback, if this is the receiver, this guy's got some serious skill. Does a good job avoiding the pressure, wrapping. But what I like is he's able to bring his shoulder across. I think he's played quarterback before. Call it a hunch.
Yeah, usually some of the best receivers have been in that spot at some point or are a backup of some kind. And out-of-town update, too, here, Ron. St. Clair puts 7 more on the board over the London Beefeaters as we get a 2nd and 10 here in Hamilton from the visiting Sooners. Erskine and Huyemans in the backfield. Still no Johnson, so must be getting looked after here, Coach. Phillips dropping back again with pressure coming, and he's just going to throw this one away.
Yeah, trying to hit this back coming underneath there. Good job, good coverage there. Really good pressure for the Canes that time.
Yeah.
Coming from both ends, okay? But there again, you're not overcommitting on that inside. You're getting depth, and then you're tracking across. Yeah, you're maybe not getting that sack that if you took the sharper angle you would have, but it's smarter, it's more disciplined defense.
Yeah, well,
that's what you want to see.
34 coming from the sandbacker position too is Alex Stocko. Pretty big guy for a sandbacker spot. Normally here in the Canadian game, that sandbacker is almost just another DB body on the field.
More of a safety than anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. Oh, almost
double clutch.
This one, little double clutch. A little bit more time for the pressure to come. Gago, I believe, on the return here, Coach.
Yep.
And here we go. Canes back to work at about the 23, 24-yard line.
Yep, they're going to give him the ball at the 23, it looks like. Nope, marking it at the 24. Forward progress there. So, again, good job. A little bit of a double clutch on that punt. I thought, since those 2 fumbles, Ottawa's really settled down nicely with the protection of the ball there. Good pressure from Hamilton's defense again. The struggle seems to be again on offense. Let's get a drive. Couple first downs. Let's move the sticks. Okay? You start with 1 first down before you get to the other one.
Absolutely. Well, Atwell going back to work. He's got a man coming across. Yes, he does. This looks like Marchesano. Marchesano's going to cut it up the middle, up the hash marks, and nice little gain.
Gain of about 4. I got to say about 4 on there from the spot. That's that long rocket or that long laser that they like to do. So it's that slot back coming behind there, and it's a little pitch. And again, just it's tough. It's tough to track. What I like is he stuck his foot in the ground and started going north-south.
Yeah, absolutely. We like that. We got Horncastle on the far side as well, too, at the other slot. 2 men in the backfield with Amrit. Amrit's going to give this one away. We're going to get a run up the middle, but we may
Ottawa's
have
got the
fumbled
ball
this
back
one.
here.
And Ottawa looks to maybe have a turnover. Yes, they do. The refs are signaling that. And Ottawa going back to work here at about the 30-yard line, maybe 29.
Right at the 30-yard line there is where I think it's going to happen. It's just not a clean handoff. Doesn't quite get his hands on there. Not sure of the running back. Unfortunately, fumbled the ball there. and Ottawa's got their first turnover of the day.
Yeah, so I'm
I'm pretty
26, I
it's
believe.
Sinos.
Just the Cinos, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you've seen most of the first half so far, the refs wiping that ball off in between plays, so maybe they were just getting a little lax on that, or somebody needs to bring a towel out just to make sure these are clean exchanges. So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 30 for the Sooners. Similar look that we've seen all game. Erskine, and it looks like Johnson is back in the game now, Coach, who's going in motion. Yeah, we're going to give this one to Erskine. Johnson out front to block, and we get tackled for probably no gain.
No gain on that, maybe a half a yard. Who is that out there? No, number 36, I believe. The safety came downhill.
On the tackle, that'd be Hayden Paul.
No, it's 32. It's 32. My apologies.
Sean Hustle, yeah, your safety from the middle.
Yeah, he came down. He recognized that right away and came flying downhill. Does a good job of getting low on that tackle, and no gain on the play. 2nd down.
Well, here we go. So 2nd and 10 for the Sooners. And it looks like we still have Johnson and Erskine in the backfield. Phillips at the helm.
I think it's coming to the left here. I'm going to give the ball to number 10.
Here we go. Phillips dropping back. No, he's just going to keep it up the middle. He's got a man to beat here. He does. He's getting to the outside. He's got 2 guys in trail. He's going to go out of bounds here at about 13-yard line here, Coach. That'll be a 1st down for the Sooners.
Got just enough. You got 10 and a half, maybe 11 yards there. Good job of recognizing, hey, this is where I got to be. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds. 1st down for the Sooners.
Yeah, and you get that double that opens up that big hole, and then Cockrell on a good angle here and just makes it so he's got to run out. So slide over. So Sooners, the first time they've been this deep in this quarter.
Here's that power. So this is what they like to do. Watch for 10 to come back on the counter here.
Power offset to the boundary, 2 men in motion. We're going to give this one to Johnson. He's kind of bumbling it around, but he gets tackled in the backfield.
It was exactly that play that I was talking about. They're trying to get you to overcommit to the number side and run back underneath it. So they're trying to pull a lineman. High snap and then bobbled on the exchange there as well.
Yeah, Matthew McIntosh in the backfield, quick, fast, and in a hurry to shut that one down. So Johnson, a pretty dynamic runner, but this ball must be getting pretty slippery out there, Coach. So
yeah,
we had technical difficulties with the sticks. Maybe we're having a little towel difficulties here. We're going to need to bring those out to clean up these exchanges. So 2nd and 12, 2nd and 11. Just under 3 minutes here from Tim Hortons Field. Visiting Ottawa Sooners, knocking on the door, but the Canes looking to shut this one down. Erskine, Johnson, Phillips. Johnson's going to stay in protection. This ball is tipped, and it's going to hit the deck.
Okay, great pressure by Hamilton.
Was it Duffield?
It's Duffield again.
Let's see it in the replay.
It is. It's 58. He's just having.
No, I think it was tipped by 45, which is Faulkner, and then Duffield almost had it. Yeah, hats off, Faulkner. Good job. Who went out earlier? Must have been attended to by the very talented
training staff
here. Yeah. Thank you, Coach. We're just adjusting some paperwork.
So a field goal attempt from the 25-yard line, left hash, right-footed kicker.
So Zachary Schmidt, number 79 for the Sooners.
This is actually easier than it being on the far right.
With the right-footed kicker, or is he left?
No, he's a right-footed kicker. This is an easier kick. Snap is down, the kick is away, and it is good.
And bueno, so that'll bring us to a 10-1 game here, Coach.
10-1, 2:18 left.
About a 20 what? How many yards for that?
That was a 25-yarder.
25 yards.
It's right on the 25-yard line. Hamilton, I believe, is electing to take this on the 35-yard line.
So, Canes back to work. What'd you like in the last couple series that we want to see the Canes go back to?
They've done a good job of breaking tackles. I'd like to see maybe get the ball to some of our playmakers outside a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe try to get a step off screen or something like that. There's athletes out here for Hamilton, and they're very dynamic as we see Lord Anto out here for the first time
I was going to say, we saw Lord Anto on the special teams, but this first time we've he's come out to play here. So Maraka's going to get off the first tackle. He's able to stiff arm his way upfield.
28 was the ball carrier.
And we got a whole lot of Sooners pointing like.
Well, no, but it was fumbled, but it was fumbled out of bounds.
Okay.
So it's a gain of about 2 on that.
Gotcha. And he's the last one to have touched it.
Yeah.
So
he was the last one to maintain possession.
Yep.
Okay. Especially now on a kick, you just have to be the last one to touch it.
Gotcha.
If you actually had possession, somebody has to maintain possession before you go out of bounds. So there's a big difference between that. Gain of 1 actually by the time, because I think they're going to mark it back to where the ball was fumbled on that.
Gotcha.
Because you can't fumble it forward.
All right, so Marchesano, Lord Anto to the bottom side of your screen. Looks like Horncastle up top. And we're going to see Amrit put it in the air to Horncastle, who just can't pull it in. Bounces off his fingertips. Would have been.
Yeah, but I like it, okay? Yeah. You're running. Open it up a little bit. I don't mind taking a shot there. It's a huge gain if you're able to complete it. Mm-hmm. Again, so I don't mind that. But again, maybe a step off screen, maybe something. As all of a sudden, the winds have absolutely picked up and is at the Hamilton Hurricanes' back right now. That's something to think about in the punt.
So single man back again, Cedric Abuzara.
Well, now they're bringing the second man back.
I think it's
finally
26 back there to help him out.
I think so, yep.
Abdoulaye Baretti, who's been his lead blocker on most returns. So maybe let's put him back there and have them tag team this right from the get-go. So
they're
flag
going
flies.
Again. So they're holding, what they're doing is they're holding the center. Okay? They're picking up the center. They're trying to make a block, but you can't hold. Okay? It was actually against 26 Sinos, who's a long snapper on that as well. So they're holding him. So this is going back to the spot of the foul and 10 more yards. And it's a clear hold. I don't get it.
Well, you're not even allowed to make contact with a long snapper. So
well, no, but it's downfield. But they're picking him up. But as the ball is in the air, they're literally grabbing him and turning him.
Yeah,
so
he got pulled down in the last one. Yeah,
that's exactly what it was.
Well, maybe some pleasantries being shared, and they're hoping that just in the mix it's not going to get caught. But
Chico's a good kid.
The officials doing a great job of picking this up. I mean,
yeah, this has been, one of the things I talked about. What did we want to see out of Hamilton tonight? So far, I'm seeing it. They're not taking those retaliatory penalties. They're not making those bonehead penalties. For more or less
3 men to the left, to the
Step
bottom
off.
of your screen. We're going to give this one to number 13, who's going to make this catch. And actually breaks a few tackles, finally goes out of bounds here at about the 43-yard line. And that's going to be Cameron Hunt on the reception and a bunch of yards after catch.
Yeah, good gain of about 15, 20 yards on that. You're just outnumbered at the point of attack. You bring the extra back out, someone's got to bump out with them. If you're playing a zone, someone has to bump out to pick up that third man. And they pick up the blockers and easy completion, and that's what happens.
Nearing the minute and a half left in this first half. Sooners with the ball in a 1st and 10. Phillips. Ball's up. He's going to give this to Johnson.
It's
Erskine.
Not 33, yeah, 33.
Yep, so Erskine's going to get about a 3-yard gain here, bring up 2nd and 7, 1:23 left in the first half of this 10-1 tilt.
Now, this could be a serious problem. We see another Sooner down, just trying to pick up the number. So it's not the running back, it's
61.
number 61.
So that's Edwin, Bradley, Mukong, Najong.
Interesting, they're allowing the coaches to come on the field for water.
Or are they out there to help with the training staff?
No, that is a coach in the Ottawa huddle giving them
with
the water.
The headset on.
Yep.
Interesting. Maybe he promised not to say anything. So well, you never know here, Coach. So, again, OFC TV Live on Canes TV here, powered by ISI Live, a new platform that we're streaming on this year, Coach, which I think has been really well received. It's been a great way to go back and watch the games. Obviously, leading up to this game, had a chance to go back in and watch the Sooners game from last week, where they traveled to Essex to play the Saints, which nobody ever wants to go to Essex to play the Saints, and a 47-14 match there down the road. So, hats off to the new streaming service that we've been working with this year. Way more stable, and it seems like everybody's getting on board with it. So the WeTV guys doing a great job of that Saints game.
Yeah.
Out of town, I haven't seen any updates from the Beef Saints game, but last we checked was 14-0. And other games this weekend, we have a Quinty GTA matchup, which I believe is tomorrow. And one of their 4 head-to-head matchups that were set up for them. And it is 21-0 with 1:06 left. So actually, funny enough, we're right at 1:06 in our game. So pretty much tandem games going on here, 2-by-2. We got that. We had that power offset. Cameron's going to get this ball, gets off the first tackle, then brought down a couple yards up. So probably about a 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2 here coming up, Coach.
3rd and 2 for sure. The ball's at the 50-yard line is where they're going to end up spotting it. And this is just a power jet. So 3rd and 2, 50 seconds left. Again, keeping the offense out. So that's interesting to see.
The power offset look is different. I don't remember the last game we called where we saw it.
No, not very often. I'm a wing T guy.
Yeah,
I
was gonna say you've been around this. You've been a few spins around this rock, Coach. I don't remember the last time you saw it even. Here we go. We're going to give this one back to Erskine.
Erskine,
I think he's got it. Yeah, they spotted it a yard past the marker.
Just got it.
I mean, he gets a healthy spot from the linesman on the top side. But, yeah, first down, Sooners.
It's the correct spot. I will say that, as we see timeout taken by Ottawa.
Their first of the half. And, 23 seconds here left in this matchup here, Coach, for the first half. As, we're about to head into the halftime break. We'll talk about our thoughts. But, it's been certainly a much closer game.
Yes.
It's just nobody's really running away with this right now with really only one major erosion and a field goal, making the total 11 points on the board right now. So I think you can definitely tell that both teams have, they've watched the tape and they know what's going on here. And I think they've brought a really good game plan on both sides. I really like that deep shot to Horncastle earlier. We were talking about that in the last series for the Canes. And I think, Horncastle doesn't get a lot of targets, but when he does, it usually seems to be that deep route. And he's a guy that they're not targeting a whole lot.
I kind of like how they're attacking the seam. Mm-hmm. Okay, the backside seam is one of the hardest routes to cover, along with the out.
Yeah, Huyemans and Erskine back in the backfield here with Phillips and 2 men in motion. Phillips going to draw it back. Rolling out to his right again. Does he just go out of bounds? No, he's got pressure again.
So heads up,
chewing the clock, trying to find somebody downfield open. He does have a man open, and it looks like we're going to get the number here in a second. But big completion for first down. About 7 seconds left on the clock. And I believe it's number 2, and that's going to be Hayden Murray for the Sooners. So Phillips just with poise there with a monster trying to take him out. It was 53, so that's Ben Sachs in the backfield. And, we connect with Murray. So that's going to get it down to about the 18-yard line. 1st and 10 Sooners.
So, again, it's so low. He's scrambling along. And what I was turning around and saying to you, like, holy cow, Adam, they're not leaving their guy. They're not leaving their guy. That's great. Everyone's picked up somebody except for somebody left their guy.
Yeah.
And he's 10 yards behind him when he throws the ball.
Well, here we go. Probably the last play, maybe 2 more, depending on how quick this goes. We're going to give this ball to Erskine. Erskine's going wide side of the field and is brought down by Cockerell, number 9. 2 seconds left on the clock. So one last play. Do you bring your field goal unit out here?
They called the timeout. They called their timeout. So is that the 3rd timeout?
Well, they only get 2.
I know they only get 2, but
I think there's been a lot of injury timeouts. But
I thought they just called timeout leading up to that because they gave them enough time to go over there and get the play and everything. So that's interesting. Just looking to see if the kicker's out there. He's not. They're leaving the offense out by the looks of it. No, there he is. So the field kicker field goal kicker is out.
So Schmidt hit a 25-yard earlier. Obviously here, what are we kicking from about?
23.
23?
Yeah. 23 hit-yard field goal attempt, left hash. Get someone back in the end zone, guys.
Snaps good, ball's down, it's up. And no signal. There we go. From the White Hat gets it. So 3 more points on the board. That's going to roll it down. And we're going to finish the first half here, Coach. 13-1 for the visiting Ottawa Sooners. So the single coming for the Hurricanes from a Rouge earlier on, able to make the tackle in the end zone. So what do you like out of the first half from the Canes here, Coach?
Well, I like that I haven't had to stress the word composure.
This is true.
For Hamilton.
Yes.
And like it sounds like such a simple thing, but they're not taking stupid penalties. So by not doing that, that's allowing you to stay in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a very evenly matched game. They're just not quite able to finish a drive or just off a little bit. Love to see them, come out, get their playmakers a little bit more. Get Luka Jones involved. Get Lord Anto involved.
Yeah.
Maybe just throw a step off or something like that.
Yeah.
They haven't done that at all in the last couple of weeks. It's a great way of getting the ball into your playmakers' hands. I'd like to see that. I'd like to come back. We haven't seen number 88.
Siderius.
Siderius carries the
so
ball.
Involved last week.
He was the guy last week.
Yeah.
I think he had 300 yards in rushing and 200 to call back on penalties, mind you. But again, just like I'd like to see some consistency from week to week, and I'd like to see some consistency in the offense. Again, reestablish rhythm. Hey, it's 13-1. First time in a long time that we can say we are absolutely not out of this game.
Oh, not at all. I mean, it's a 12-point, 2-point game or a 2-score game right now. Very, very achievable to get back in it. So, you know what? Exciting. Like you said, composure was absolutely there today. Only maybe less than a half dozen flags for combined on both sides.
The penalties are going against Ottawa for the most part.
Holding,
it's
the
because
holding on the center.
The two penalties on that, the block where the illegal contact way out of bounds.
Yeah.
It seems to be Ottawa. This is when we're going to talk about this when we come back from the halftime break, Adam.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for joining us here live from Tim Hortons Field. Canes TV, live on OFC TV, and we'll be back in about 18 minutes. Welcome back to Canes TV here, Coach. You know what? Pretty nice little first half that we've got. So it's 10-1. Certainly
13.
not the 13-1. Not bad. I'm looking at the wrong notes. So what got us here? A Phillips, who stepped up at quarterback for the visiting Sooners today, rushing one in on just a blown contain for the Canes. And then we get a Rouge, so that puts a single on the board, and then 2 field goals, 21 yards and a 25-yarder from Schmidt of the Sooners, gives us this 13-1 game. So certainly still lots of opportunity for the Canes to get back in this one and to put points on the board. We've seen it, like they're running the ball nice,
Yeah.
But a couple of key figures we've been waiting to see. Lord Anto, where's Luka Jones, right? We tried the deep shot to Horncastle, which is nice. Marchesano on a couple nice runs. Mischione back in the mix, but where's Siderius, right?
Yeah.
So there's a few of our regular players that we just haven't seen a whole lot of tonight.
Well,
So,
and the nice thing is after all of that, Hamilton gets the ball to start the second half here.
Yes.
Okay. So Ottawa's going to decide: do they want the win in the third quarter or do they want the win in the fourth quarter? Obviously, I think they're going to take the win in the fourth quarter. You always want the win at your back as you're trying to seal the game. But it could give the opportunity for Hamilton to really climb back in this game quickly. And again, you're one drive away from really being back in this game. So I want to see it. I've been stressing it all the time. I want to see it drive, and I want to see a consistent drive. I want to see good rhythm on offense, and I want to see it finish.
Yeah.
I want to see a finish there. I'll even take 3 points. You need 2 scores. You're down 12. Obviously, you need 2 touchdowns. But I'll take 3 points.
Yeah.
I want to see them move the ball, get some consistency, and get a drive going. I really, really want to see that rhythm reestablished.
absolutely. And, as the captains are running off the field, we're back to work here from Tim Hortons Field, from the Hammer here up on the concourse level. You got Adam Melrose and the coach, Ron Forwarda, taking you through the second half of action. Again, 13-1 to kick things off. And the Sooners, the visiting, coming in from Ottawa. We talked about that too. Ottawa taking these long bus trips to all of these away games right now. And in a lot of cases, the reason I believe this is a 7 p.m. game is because they drove up today. They're going to play the game. They'll stay at the hotel and then head home in the morning. But,
and that was kind of where I was leading it just before the break there. It's like,
yes.
So this is the second week in a row, and 3 and then the next big one for them next week, they're up in Ottawa, but then they're on the road again to London. So now all of a sudden, 3 of your last 4 games are on the road, and they're long bus trips.
Oh yeah.
And I think I want to see how Ottawa responds to having the quote unquote bus legs, because last week in Windsor, it was really the Saints that took over in the second half of that game.
Yeah, well, here we go. Schmidt getting a foot on this one, deep to the left side, right down to the about 15-yard line, is going to be fielded and returned by, I think there's our man Siderius.
Yep.
So, hey, we just asked a question, where's Siderius? He's returning kickoffs here, Coach. And the Canes will go to work at about the 40-yard line here, 1st and 10 for your Hamilton Hurricanes here on Canes TV.
Good return. You see, okay, I'd like to catch it in the air, but fine, I understand that. Straight up, no dancing. Attack it straight up with speed and power and aggression. That's how you return a punt. Not every play is designed to score a touchdown. You'd love to score a touchdown on every play.
Of course.
I'll take that 30-yard return 100 times out of 100.
Yeah, absolutely. As we give this ball back to Maraca, who gets about a 6-yard gain, brought down by 87. The visiting team here, or check that, could be 97, Isaac Tavares. And
it's 97.
2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 and a good run. Now, this is where Ottawa's really brought a lot of pressure today. 2nd down and mid-range, those linebackers are creeping up and they're coming. And until you do something else, and they're playing that shell coverage across the back, here they come.
Well, Amrit going to roll out field side. He just gets body checked, gets a work back to the boundary, finds his man. I think we got a first down here before.
Yeah, absolutely he did. So he catches that ball, does a great job, and then is absolutely hammered in the back of the head. I'm just trying to figure out who it was that got it.
I might have been, so if it was topside Horncastle, I think it was Horncastle because he comes back. He was running a post. No, because there's Horncastle, so it's going to be the far.
Is it number 11?
Would have been the Zed receiver, but it's down. But Coach, there's no hockey sticks on this field. Why are we body checking? I mean, thank you for body checking because it gave us the opportunity to go out and make this play. However, you know, it drives me nuts at the high school level, CGFL level, even at NFL level or CFL level. You know,
everyone's
get
looking
through
for
his boards.
that money shot.
Yeah, right.
You know,
yeah.
Everyone wants that
What's
highlight.
That boomstick, yeah.
You know, I got to put something on tape. You know what looks really great on tape? A tackle for a loss.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Instead, this guy is able to roll off. Great composure from Atwell. Could have just absolutely ate it, but still rolls out, finds his man, and is able to make the completion. Marchesano, maybe? No, 88. That's Siderius is helping 65 off the field.
I think it was number
right
11.
Now.
I think it's number 11 that actually makes that reception.
So Owen Gowland getting some help off the field at the moment.
You
from his brothers in arms.
You don't want to see those big men coming off the field there. That's because they're bringing a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and
they're not hiding it. You know, it's like we're bringing 6 every play.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're playing a shell coverage across the top.
The gaps are canceled, Coach, up the middle for sure, as we see a man roll out, 2 men, 3 men in motion, giving this to Maraca up the middle, but 2-3 yards here, second down.
And again, it's just they're unblocked guy off the edge just making the tackle. It's just
shoestringer too for 25.
And that's
Sooners.
They're living by that. But man, if he doesn't, then you're at a disadvantage. But you keep bringing pressure, and I would expect they're going to bring pressure again.
Here's Luca Jones on the bottom side of your screen right now. So maybe we're looking to see if we can hit him. No, it's going to be Pereira who busts this one wide. Gets off the first one, isn't able to get over it. 26, our gentleman we just spoke about, Abdoulaye Beretta, makes the shoestring here. So that's probably going to bring out the punt crew. Yes, it does, because that's going to make third and about 15, 16, 17 even.
Yeah, that's a really, really good open field tackle. He saw that. He attacked it right away, understood where he was going. It's such a slow developing play, and Ottawa's they have a huge speed advantage on their team. I don't understand why you're trying to run around them, other than maybe try like a step off or a quick screen or a draw or something. Or something into the flats.
Abu Zara deep back here to return this punt. And we're going to get a time count violation. Time count against the Canes.
So they took the time count because they didn't have enough men on, and they weren't allowing them to come on.
Right. So 81 needed to come onto the field. He was not there. That's Zach Pereira. Those are always the fun moments because you spend so much time doing call-outs and depth charts and all these other fun things here, Coach. But we are human beings at the end of it all. So 4-man shield here. And Nolt's ready to get this going. Lots of guys coming from up top here, but with a few more dropping back for the Sooners now. Noel gets a hold of this one. Abu Zara back there to return it. Catches it in the air. Because 84. And then there's Justice Cinos ready to take
swallows
him
up. See what happens when you don't get held?
Yeah, magic.
Throw him to the ground. Yeah. He tracks all the way downfield. Great tackle. But this play is made by number 81. He's fighting. He's working. He's doing everything he can.
Yeah.
Keeps him, or 84, excuse me. Keeps him inside. Forces him.
Yep.
And Cinos is there to clean it up.
Matt Gormley, great job, sir. And obviously Justice owes that man a little bit of props for giving him the highlight reel of that tackle.
Yeah, that's a really good job.
Nice stuff. Great sideline shot by our man Addis down on the field side.
His mom is so proud of him.
Absolutely, as she should be. 2 to the bottom side of your screen. We're going to single man back, which is Johnson. And wing, and we're going to give that to Johnson. Johnson going to go field side here. Trucks up the middle for probably about an 8-yard gain here, Coach.
Yeah, good gain. Just that straight power, Hamilton's bringing pressure off the edge. Good double team. Look at the offensive line. 3 guys making that seam downfield, really forcing it. That's what happens when you play that 30 front, which Hamilton likes to do. It does allow that double team at that point.
Oh, yeah. Well, and in a lot of cases in the 30 front, too, that nose tackle's taking a triple team, which should open up lanes for the linebackers to fly in. But, it also opens up giant lanes for your running back to come running through. Yeah. When you got a guy like Johnson in the backfield, that's danger. Here we go. We're going to give it back to
Oh,
Erskine on
man,
this
they
carry,
had
who
him.
gets off the first 2 tackles, keeps going, first down, and he's going to get about another probably 10 yards on that carry.
Yeah, really good run. They had him in the backfield right there, shooting the gap, wasn't able to bring him down. Another broken tackle, and then keeps on going. So good, really, really good run there by our man number 10. First down at the 53-yard line, Adam. Right hash.
Right hash, yep. We got Johnson and Erskine in the back for us, Huyemans rather.
Same pro
2 by
set
2.
as the all game.
Yep, we're going to give this one right back to Johnson, who's going to bring it down to the bottom side of your screen, and he'll get about a 3 to 4 yard gain on this one. 2nd and 6.
So what they're also doing is they're motioning down the X receiver and bringing him down and forming a wall. So they're almost getting a double team at the point of attack as well. And they're saying basically at that point is like, we think our back is better than your corner in space, so there's your one-on-one.
I'm going to take Johnson over a corner all day.
Yeah.
It's a big body with some strong legs, right? No disrespect to the corners, but it's a different body type, right? So
Johnson's out on this one, though.
So Erskine and Huyemans in there with Phillips. Erskine's going to slide out. We'll give it to Huyemans, who gets a first down here, Coach.
Yeah, it's that too many arm tackles. Just not quite there. So they are giving them the first down exactly, basically right on the sticks is where they're marking them. Gets it all the way to the 52-yard line. Excuse me, the 48-yard line.
And we're going to get a same look, so not a whole lot of change-ups.
No, they've been in this pretty much all day.
Erskine, Huyemans going to lead block here. Oh, we
Fumble!
got a bad exchange. Fall on it.
Guess
Here
who?
we go.
40.
Matthew McIntosh, our man from last week. You know what? We should have had that highlight loaded up. Just the magic man, big 4-0 Matthew McIntosh. And we're going to flip this over here. So we got it at about the 53, 54, somewhere in here,
they're
Coach.
marking it right at the 54-yard line. So first down, Hamilton. Again, third turnover today. Great job. Now, let's put a drive together. Please, I'm begging you.
Well, our man Siderius is there. Our man Maracas in the backfield, too. Very capable gentlemen of making this happen. Luca Jones releasing across the middle, but we got Marchesano, but it's going to be incomplete.
You know what? That's a great play by the safety, number 6, coming across. He's got it, and just as he's making the catch, completion he gives him a hit, and unfortunately not able to squeeze it there. Really good timed up. Really good job timing it.
Yeah, I mean,
I like the shot, though. I like the shot.
Early first, right? Because normally we're seeing Maracas, Siderius in the run. That's exactly what I thought we were going to see. But yeah, great job from the safety. That's number 6, Aiden Wallace-Blackett of the Sooners. So bringing the wing to the field side here, Coach. Siderius works down. Horncastle stays in to block. We're going to hit Siderius. Siderius is going to go right through his hands. Would have been a nice completion. Had 2 guys to beat.
That's the play.
Yeah.
You're looking for that quick little out, something to leak out. When they're bringing pressure like that consistently, you got to catch it and just release it out there and let your athlete make a play. Fortunately, you weren't able to complete it there, but that's what you got to come back to, Adam.
Yeah. I mean, okay, well, hey, so it looks like 3rd and 10 here, Coach, and Noel's out. Looked like for a second we were getting set up here, but it's a risky move in a 12-point game now.
Well, that's not at this point in the game. No way.
Yeah, Abuzara, single man back to return this punt. Snap's good. Noel's got it.
Great punt again. He's had himself a whale of a game punting the ball.
That one's going to just bounce out of bounds at about the 23-yard line.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
No return.
Yeah. Oh, and we got a gentleman
they're just getting...
Yeah. 84. So all of a sudden we have a look down, and there's the linesman from the far end comes flying in.
So this ball should be about the 22, 23-yard line.
Yeah. Sorry, we didn't get it on camera, but Matt Gormley, 84 of the Canes, is just like in the middle of the Sooners bench, and that one linesman here just absolutely braves and goes in there to push him out.
He recognized the North. See, that's the guy that's supposed to have the spot.
Yes.
Okay. Recognized.
Referee
yeah.
number.
Don't worry about
number
it. Don't worry about
23.
it. This is more important.
Absolutely. So we're back to work here. We do have Phillips, and we've got, I believe, Huyemans in the backfield, and we're in a 3-by-2 set now. Phillips having a look across the middle. No, he's just going to keep it, and he's going to take this one field side. He's got a lead blocker in Erskine out there, and Hicks is just going to push him out of bounds here at about the 28-yard line.
Gain of about 5 on that. Yeah, we're going to call it gain of 5. I think there's a quarterback run design all the way. Everyone's just kind of stepping off and just releasing and recognizing that pressure's coming off the edge, and does a good job of he's not taking those unnecessary hits, which is I was kind of worried about early in this game because he took a couple of shots.
Yeah, I mean, and interesting. Now, I know you said you knew that Cowan, who should have been the starting Q for the Sooners, was scratched for the game. Was it an injury? Did you get information on why he's not suited up?
I didn't get the information as to the type of injury, but there was a lot of players coming out of that St. Clair game last week banged up.
Well, and I mean, we saw the stats earlier, just massive. So he's been putting the work in here for the Sooners. As we see Phillips just escape, and he does connect with Erskine on a quick little pass and is brought down here at about the 35-yard line. So that's going to be a first down Sooners. I thought he was done in the backfield.
I thought our guy, number 40, had him again.
Yeah, so Matthew McIntosh, rather, just needed to make a play here. So, I mean, we get a decent, job done here by Miskionian? No, we might have been a different number. Paul, probably.
So, one of the Hamilton players was talking to them, and I thought so earlier. There's some holding on the backside on the backside happening there, and I think someone would have had a free run if he wasn't tackled, I believe.
Yeah. Well, and the challenge is that backside hold is usually ignored as we see Erskine get brought down by Faulkner for a short gain. I've been in enough, head coach meetings with the referee associations where they just say, listen, guys, if it's a hold on the backside of the play, we're 9 times out of 10 just going to let it go because it's not going to affect the play. But, I mean, it could. We saw earlier Duffield come from the far right hash all the way to the opposite side of the field. So, absolutely, if he's being held, that's not possible. I'm sure they'll. It's one of those moments you tell your players to go over to the white hat ref and say, "Sir, if you don't mind, could you just have an eye on it?" You don't want to go and tattle, but you certainly want to just go make them aware of what's happening.
Yeah, and like other than that, those 2 deep shots. Hamilton's done a really good job of keeping everything in front of them and rallying to the tackle. And you haven't seen Ottawa really do that long, sustained drive, which a lot of teams have been able to do. A lot of those times it's been penalty assisted.
Yeah.
And Hamilton, I'm going to say it again and again and again. The composure in this defense is unbelievable. This is what I wanted to see. There's talent on this football team. It's just got to come together.
Yeah. So Ethan Everly, who's the one of the starting corners this evening, coming off under his own power, thank goodness. So he'll be attended to by the training staff. And
so that moves Hicks from the field corner to the boundary here.
Yeah, and then we'll figure out who checked in for him here once he turns 90 degrees. But we're gonna pull this one. We've got Cameron Hunt on the little step off here, Coach, and he's going to get it to about probably 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1, yep. And I'm going to say the defense is or the offense is going to stay out there. They 100% are. So it was Hustle that made the tackle on that. Good job coming down.
Yeah, Copeland, 37's involved on that as well.
37's the guy that subbed in.
Emilio Arruda. So, yeah, we're 3rd and maybe less than probably inches on this one.
Yeah.
Or a half a yard. And I'm assuming we're going to see under center for Mr. Phillips. Nope.
He hasn't been under center all day, so I'm going to say no way.
So do we just give this to our back? Yes, we do.
He didn't get it.
But no. He
did not get
right
it.
Down.
He did
nice
not
stop
get
from
it.
the D.
Wow, what a defensive stand there. The big man in the middle there, number 90, number 45,
Yeah, Courts.
41.
Courts and 41 we said earlier too. That's Chirwadi, Jack Chirwadi from the linebacker position. So first down Canes, 4.5 left here in your third quarter.
That's like a turnover though.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you've got the ball in plus territory. Please, Hamilton, put a drive together here. We're begging you.
All right, so we have the same look we saw earlier. Siderius and Baraka in the backfield. They took a shot on the first down. Do we just go back to the run game? We'll find out here in a couple of seconds with Atwall barking out commands. We're going to see 2 men in motion. We'll give this ball to Maraka. Maraka's right up the middle with it. Healthy run.
There you
if
go.
If this isn't a first, it's 9 yards.
Yeah, it's actually, I think you're going to spot him down after a gain about 8 there, Adam. So just straight ahead. You're not going to outflank these guys, okay? They've got a lot of speed, but now you're starting to see that some of those runs in the first half starting to pay dividends. You're leaning on them, and now you got a 2nd and 8. Let's get a first down. Convert on 2nd down. I think they're like 1 for 8 or something like that on second down.
I'm just running that again. It's Maraka's healthy. Yep, we give it right back to him. Gets right behind the big boys.
Guess what?
Gets
first
a first down.
There you go.
Great job. So we're going to march this up to about the 31-yard line.
So here's food for thought. Now you got everyone biting for the run. Show it, pull it, and look for maybe you got something on a quick post or something. Maybe I'm just not saying. I'm just going through what should be the offensive progression coming up here.
Yeah, you got Lou and you've got Pereira on the top side of your screen as we give this ball back to Siderius, I believe.
No, 33.
No, it's Mischione. Okay.
So gain of 5, but again, you're getting 5 yards a clip.
Yep, second.
You're starting out. This is the other thing I was talking about. What point were we going to see those bust legs starting to come into effect? Are we starting to see that?
Yeah.
This defense is beat on the field in their end a lot today. Are we starting to see the effects of that finally starting to wear?
Mischione, we're going to give this to Maraka. Maraka keeps it up the middle again, probably 2 and 3 yards on the gain.
Got 3 yards, and I'm going to say you're about 2 or 3 yards short.
3rd and 3. Do we keep him out there? Get the first
at
down,
point,
get that shot in the arm?
Yes.
Yes.
100% I want to keep my offense out there.
Man down on the far side, I think it's number 62. So we'll get the trainers out on the field for Austin Bomberry. That's Titan Austin Bomberry. And, absolutely. We're 3rd and 3. It's 2:37 in the third. It's a 12-point differential right now. We need points on the board.
You need points, but you need touchdowns. Okay?
Hundo.
You need to score a touchdown. And again, it's 3rd and 3 here, Adam. And again, something that we haven't seen a lot of, do you have a step off? Do you have something quick? Do you have like a smash concept or something going on? There's a lot of different things that you could potentially do here. I don't know if you're going to get that in the run yards the way that, because now they're dropping the 8th, 9th man into the box.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, our gentleman number 62 coming off, Austin Bomberry, under his own power, which is great. Coach, I believe that's Coach Emo out there to help him out, or is he down here on the sidelines?
No, that is him.
That is him with his player. So, 3rd and 3.
He usually does go out and check on most of the injuries.
Right, and we're taking another second here. We got about 20 yards.
You got to get a couple guys there.
Yeah, we need some lads.
Don't ask. Get going.
Yeah. So we got Harrington and
48.
Gillies coming out to give the big dog a hand off the field. There we go. That's what it's all about right there, Coach. Get your boys out there, get them off. And a really nice crowd here tonight at Tim Hortons Field. A few weeks ago, we were here for the Pack the Park initiative. They did break that. It was like 3,800 and change that came here or bought tickets.
Yeah, I thought it was like 39.5, or was it?
It was 35.10 was the original record.
Okay.
I think it was 38.90 was the total sold. 38.90 or 39.80. Somewhere in there. The point is they beat it, and pretty exciting. Everybody was sitting on the other side though, so like all the crowd cheering and all that was just we were so removed from it. But here we go. Amrit is going to throw
there
this
you
one.
Go.
Find
got
Kevin Lou, first down, And
That's
man, did he come
exactly
down
what I was
hard.
talking about. Make a play. What a great play.
And he came down hard. We're calling for a trainer right now on that, but let's see it. Lou comes right up, and it's number 3 that comes underneath him. So it looks
I think
like
it's just
Roman,
it's just the way he came down.
Roman Reed was coming in for a
He-
proper tackle. It's just Lou is, got a 3-foot
See,
vert right here.
there's your smash concept. If you
Yeah.
pull that, you got a touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll bring the same training crew out. Water boys are hitting the field again too, but hey, we're slowly
This is
creeping
I
towards.
think after the big reception, this might just be the wind knocked out of him the way he came down.
Yeah, like it's without going back to it again. I mean, that's a far way to come down, especially you're already up 2-3 feet on your vertical. Then the guy flips you around and you come back down on your shoulder. So the ground and gravity it catches up to you pretty quick in that situation, Coach.
Yeah, gravity. It's for somebody who's been in a similar situation to that. Gravity is undefeated.
Yeah, I mean you're down at the Y dunking on the basketball nets all the weekend, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, it's
If there was a basket I could dunk on, I would be playing on that court
Yeah, I mean,
every day of my life.
the little Tex Fisher Price one just works wonders.
I'm not
for
sure
you,
I can
right?
dunk on
So,
that one
there
anymore.
you go.
With my 1-inch vertical
I'm,
jump that I
I'm
currently
coming
have.
down. I'm coming down to the south end of London. We're gonna go hit the courts at the local park. I'll bring the stick that brings it down lower. So,
Yeah.
all right, here we go. 1st and 10, guys. You're back here on Canes TV, having a whole lot of fun. Adam Mowers, Coach Ron Ferwerda, and we are seeing our Hamilton Hurricanes inching closer and closer and closer to knocking on the door here, Coach. We got a man coming underneath. No, Amrit is going to pull it. He's in a little bit of trouble. Was looking for his man Pereira, who was probably going to be open. One guy coming in, but pressure coming here from the Sooners, Coach.
Yeah, pressure coming from the Sooners, but I want you to watch Lord Anto here. This is where it's designed to go.
Yeah.
And the pressure came and he just couldn't quite get that out away quick enough.
Yeah. So and you had Anto on that crosser.
Yeah, he was coming across like on a solo mesh or something. But he was there. He had trips to the boundary or trips to the field, and he was the ISO on the boundary.
Oh, and now
So-
we're getting some.
Timeout is called here by Hamilton. They got something. They recognized something on that.
And we're trading, bringing in 68 for 14, which is a bit of a size differential here,
No,
Coach.
for 94.
Okay, there we go. I was going to say, I was like, what are they putting in? If that's your swap, you're probably your lightest
What-
guys on the team. For
What
one
is
of
your
the-
300-pound quarterback going to do there?
I like it, yeah.
And does he have to report as eligible?
Yeah, there you go.
You know?
I was like, where is that wall going? No, that wall's just coming down to talk to the OC and to our head coach. So, hey, where are we at? Minute 32 left in the third, Coach. It's a beautiful night here at the Hammer. 13-1 for the visiting Sooners. And we've got Hamilton knocking on the door in a 2nd and 10 situation here. So, do we have a Luka Jones on the field? Do we have a Lord Anto?
Luca's warming up.
Lord
on
Anto is definitely on the field right now.
Lord Anto's been out there, but Luca Jones has kind of been loosening up a little bit on the side. I don't know if he's 100% right. He made that big catch earlier
Yeah.
tonight.
So, here we go. 2 by 2.
They're paying way off. Quick, just get a quick.
Gago coming across the middle. Amrit rolling out. Oh, it's just a little too high for Anto.
Oh, he does that once a game, and it drives me. You cannot roll to your right and throw lane
across your
across
body.
the middle. It's 3 things could happen out of that, and 2 of them are really, really bad.
Yeah, the safety was right there, too. Even if had he tipped it, like it's almost better that he didn't catch it because it hit the ground at least. But here we go. So 3rd and
But
10.
if I can just interrupt, there's the effects of a first-year quarterback. All the stuff that he's learning, he's going to be able to come back next year.
Oh,
and
yeah.
come back even stronger and smarter.
Yeah. Well, and really, we've seen Atwell since they were at Sooners game 1,
Yeah.
right? Dej went out, Atwell goes in, and he's been the dude. So Nold gets a foot on this one,
It's wide.
and it's wide, and we step out of the back of the end zone. So we'll take the single.
So it's a single point, Rouge, or a single point in Quebec. 13-2 with 1 minute and 1 second left. That is not the capulation or the finish that you wanted for that drive. But again, it's points. It's positive momentum. That's what you're looking to get. Now, because it was kicked out of the back of the end zone, it comes up to the 35.
Yeah. Well, and while we're talking through this too, out of town update too as well, Coach. 36-0 for the Saints. So Coach Snyder having a bit of an uphill battle in Essex this evening.
Wow, and we talked about it off air. St. Clair wins that game tonight. They're going to wrap up home field throughout the OFC playoffs, which starting up in just a few weeks, Adam.
Well, we talked about that too. There's a new way they're doing the playoff brackets this year too, right?
1 versus 2, they get a bye. Everyone else is making the playoffs. 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5.
Okay. Gotcha. As we see Phillips give this one to Johnson, and Johnson's not going to get a gain here. We should be 2nd and 10.
Yeah,
So
maybe a gain of a half a yard.
Bye for first and second place, and then 3-6, 4-5.
Now with that Quinty win last week, if my math is right, that's pretty much going to wrap up 3rd place for them because they're going to play Toronto again tomorrow.
Yes.
And then I think
which would make them 4-2 if they win that game.
Right. So Ottawa is going to be possibly 3 wins after tonight.
So here we go as Phillips keeps this and does make a couple of guys miss. Finally brought down by Hicks and number 36 for your Canes, Hayden Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's,
So
Ottawa coming into this 3-2.
Ottawa's 3-2. Mm-hmm. Quinty's going to play tomorrow. They're going to be 4
Yep.
and 2.
Interesting.
Okay.
With the points 4 will be the differentiator there.
So with, I believe, so they're going to play Toronto tomorrow.
Yep.
Then the following week, Toronto plays Hamilton. Toronto plays Hamilton. London is in Quinty.
I believe so.
And St. Clair goes to Ottawa. Okay?
Yep.
So potentially each a loss there.
Yep.
Then, the last week of the year, surprise, surprise, Quinty plays Toronto. Ottawa goes on the road to play London. So, the way it's potentially forming up, your first round matchup in the playoffs is potentially the 5th meeting of the year between GTA and Quinty.
Wow. Interesting to see if they do a repeat of this schedules. We see
Well, no, you've got another team coming in next year.
We got double tight look here, double wing look from Sooners as they roll this with Cameron Hunt all the way to the outside.
Coming back.
We got a hold in the backfield.
Yeah.
So
they finally got number 69 on the hold.
All this running for nothing here on.
He's being held. Look, 58 he's being held. Play after play after play after play.
As the crowd agrees with you, Coach.
And he's grabbing him in the shoulder and pulling him. It's play after play, and it's 100 times out of 100 that's happening. But 69, he's the backup tackle because he had the other guy in there earlier. I think he was in that guard and slid out. So it's unfortunate, but that is exactly what our guy earlier, where we were talking earlier in this quarter about, someone's talking to the referee, wonder what it is. That's exactly what they were talking about.
Right. So 1st and 20, then we'll back this up 10, replay the down. And we do have Johnson in the backfield. Huyemins is there as well, too. So curious to see what Phillips does with the rock on this.
I was really surprised Ottawa didn't take that end to start this because now they're going into the wind.
Yeah, but has almost been non-existent down on the field most of the game.
Pressure coming.
Rolls out to the outside. He's going to get back maybe 4 or 5 yards on this one.
And again, a holding call, but not called. There was definitely 34 was tackled.
Oh yeah, look at that. By 68 in the backfield.
Yep. So it's not once or twice. It's consistently every play there's a hold on the left side of the Ottawa line.
Definitely not once, not twice, but thrice situation here, Coach.
2nd down and 15. With Hamilton's brought a lot of pressure on this down as well. watch for that slip. You've got three to the field, two to the boundary.
Side of your field here has been. He's looked for this a few times as Phillips does find Huyemans, and is it picked off or to hit the ground?
To hit the ground.
Oh man, so almost picked off here by Sean Hustle coming across, but hey, that brings out the punt team.
But you see what happens. That's a great replay. Look at the layer of difference between the players. It's just
you had
five guys,
five
coming
underneath
across.
routes there. Like, wow. But great.
That's what Ottawa's doing as well, and that's the solution. Is if you just that quick little, get it beyond that second level, a 2-yard completion can turn into a 20-yard play really, really quick with that pressure scheme.
Absolutely. Schmidt back ready to punt this one away. Siderius and Gago back to return it. It's going to bounce out of bounds about the 40. Sorry, check that.
Yep, 41-yard line.
Far side of the field from where we're at, so peepers are still working. So Kane's back to work. I like the shot to Horncastle. I'd love to see it again. But we also love Maraca. We love Siderius banging up the middle too, Coach. So 13 minutes left here. We need 11 points. What's the plan here on this drive?
I've talked about it. Yeah, I want to see, as I do see Luka Jones out on the field right now. I'd love to see, something, just a quick little, because 28's going to blitz. And when you get past that, there's nothing there.
Yeah, Amrit giving it to his man Maraca up the middle, who breaks
face mask.
Through.
Come on,
face mask does get
there you
called.
go.
1, 2, 3 flags.
He's
and
still going.
And this should be
and another one. So you got multiple fouls on this.
So the run itself was a 19-yard run, but let's see what all the laundry is for here, Coach. Okay, so we get a hold there. And then we get...
So he was down, but the other foul is going to be on the extracurricular stuff after he was down. So he went down about midfield, so after a gain about 15.
Maybe we could see the replay one more time. So you get a hold
There's the face mask.
Yep.
And he's down at midfield.
So did somebody pick it up? Like, who
takes
off with it?
Possibly it bounced on the ground and they picked it up. Then they were shoved all the way back down.
It almost looks like Maraca pitches it out, whether it was on purpose or not, but somebody ends up with it in the mix here.
Yeah, but this ball should be coming to about the 35-yard line. The 40-yard line by the time we're done here. The 15-yard personal foul on the face mask, because that is the definition of the 15-yard face mask penalty. When you see the person's head turn in a completely opposite direction than he's running, there's usually a reason for that.
Is that the dead giveaway, Coach?
Yep, that's usually.
Yeah. Well, and we see number 4, Sean Lacusa of the Sooners, having a chat with the referee here, and here comes the white hat face mask.
So
we're going to get the first down, but we're backing up. Or we're replaying the down.
So they're going to get the objectionable conduct call against Hamilton. I don't understand this at all. Where's the obvious 15-yard face mask penalty? This is
floating on a breeze, Coach.
No, that's wrong.
3-by-1 is see Pereira move back to the boundary side. Here we go. We're going to give this ball to Maraca, who goes middle again, but gets swallowed up after about a 2-3 yard gain.
I'm going to give about 3-yard gain.
Squeaks out of the pile. We've got some extracurriculars starting to form.
Kate, this is what I don't want to see. I don't want to see this from Hamilton again. You've got a drive going. I don't understand that. I'm sorry. I'm going to go back. Where was that 15-yard penalty for the face mask?
Well, I think you've got, 50 people to your right now on the Hamilton fan side asking the same question, sir.
I do not have an answer for that one, but anyway, I digress.
2nd and 6, Mischione, Maraca, both in the wing. They're going to stay in to block. Amrit is in trouble and is brought down way back. And we're going to have a 3rd and very long here coming up. So here comes the punt
about
team.
30. The punt team's coming in.
There's Luka Jones coming off the field. Thank you, cameraman Addis. And we should have 88. That's going to be Cedric Abu-Zara back for the Sooners to return this one.
Now the wind is at their back. The ball's going to probably land about the 40 if he gets a good punt. He's been punting very well tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And consistently all season too. It's been fun.
That's
to
a late
watch.
substitution. They're going to allow this?
I think they're going to let it happen. 97 coming in late on this, well after the whistle. But here we go.
Oh, there's a 5-yarder.
All right, so a bit of a pooch. Oh, and that
No,
bounces
no,
up
now this is-
Abu-Zar's hands.
Okay.
He's going to fall on it, so the offside over here was procedure?
No, Ottawa jumped.
Okay.
Ottawa jumped. They were offside.
Well, let's see with the white hat. Yep. No,
What?
it's on. Yeah, on Sooners. Offside Sooners.
Why are you moving it back? You're going to decline the penalty and take the ball at the 25-yard line. Yeah, you're going to decline the penalty and take the ball at the 25 there.
Yeah.
So there's not really even a discussion to be had there.
That's when the white hat comes over and tells you exactly how to deal with the flag you just got. We appreciate those gentlemen very much so. And again, we've talked about this in the last broadcast too.
Yeah.
Football doesn't happen without the stripes. And there is a dire need for officials in the province of Ontario. In fact, all over Canada. It's really easy to get involved. Sometimes the training's even Zoom calls nowadays, and you can get your level 1 reffing. Allows you to go do things like London Minor in London, there's minor programs.
Hamilton Minor,
yeah,
Burlington
absolutely,
Minor as well.
Woodstock Minor. So if you're interested at all, you want to be involved in the game, reffing is a great way to get involved. A bit of cash in it for you, maybe for some beers afterwards or however you want to spend that. And here we go. Johnson in a 3-by-2 set for the receivers here for the Sooners. 3 men in motion. Phillips having a look across the middle. He's got 15.
Great
Almost
play.
brings this in. Shut down by
okay.
Hustle.
Yeah. See, but that time, on the first half, remember I said I thought he should have jumped that? That time he recognizes the route, jumps it. He's the receiver on that, can't quite squeeze it.
Yeah.
There's great inside leverage.
Phillips looking for chest look on that one. And
They're looking for
Hustle,
a shot.
Hustle doing a great job.
That's that's great coverage downfield.
Yeah. I got Ben Hustle in that middle. I'm not throwing the middle. Here we go. Johnson in the back.
They're man across the board now.
Yeah, 3 men to the top. Johnson's going to stay in the block.
Yeah, there's the problem with man.
Here goes Phillips, sees it, is brought down by Duffield and another one of your Hamilton Hurricanes, but that's enough for a first down for the visiting Sooners.
That's the problem when you're bringing heavy pressure and you're playing man. When the quarterback escapes the man that has him, there's nobody left. So you always want to keep that one guy as a spy.
Yeah, and then usually, ideally you want to use your Mike backer for that because he's usually a middle zone guy, but he's probably got to pick up 3 or 4 coming out of the backfield. A few guys in motion there, so makes sense. Here we go. Back to that sort of pro look here. Or I guess off left. We're going to give this one to Johnson. Johnson right up the middle is brought. There's Duffield again getting involved.
Yeah.
A couple of your Canes involved in that tackle, so they're going to spot that about 4 yards. So that should be a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 there for. They're going to give him 5 yards on that, so we're going to call it 2nd and 5 there, Adam.
Okay.
But again, just they've done a really good job of. Hamilton's done a really, really good job of keeping number 10 in check. Like really, this guy has had a very, very good first 5 weeks of football.
Oh yeah,
100 yards a game, and then all of a sudden you're coming in here. He doesn't have close to 100 yards tonight. I think he's got about 60.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were talking about that coming into the game. Sort of the leading men on this team. With Cowan was the starting Q for the Sooners. 748 passing yards so far this season. Massive. Obviously 212 of those going to Phillips. So Phillips is stepping up today.
Yeah, he's played great.
Right. Still, coming to this game too. Morocco with a $169 rushing. Hicks with 153 receiving. Hayden Paul, number 36 for the Canes too. 25 solo tackles on the season. And Atwell, no slouch either. 405 passing yards too. So A really nice matchup, which is, I think indicative of why we're seeing the score we're seeing right now is as close as it is as compared to the blowout that's happening in St. Clair right now. So we give this ball back to Johnson.
There he
Johnson's
goes.
getting wide, makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys miss, is finally brought down at about the 33, 34-yard line. And 90, Ben Quartz is out of bounds right now in noticeable distress.
Yeah, he I think he just landed funny when he was planting.
Yeah,
Coming across, he's still
comes
hustling
with him.
downfield.
So Hustle gets him. Oh, and then he goes
Yeah,
to Ben Quartz. Unfortunately, doesn't
got
have
leg whip.
isn't able to volley over top of these guys or hurdle over top of those guys and catches his ankle. So he's coming off now. Kyle Quartz coming off now. So 51 coming in for him. Tapping in is Ben McLeish on the D line. So 8:31 here, Coach. 13-2, and
That was a big run. That was
I think that's
a tough one.
Yeah,
That's a really, really tough run. Because again, the defense had him, but now the defense has been out there a lot. I think they're starting to get tired.
Yeah, you do get worn down a little bit, and they've got 14 way out here, and every time they've done this, trying to get Hicks out of the game, it's usually been a run this way. So we'll see what it is. Nope, it's going to be Erskine to the boundary, who gets booming through, gets brought down by 51.
The other thing that they've done a lot is when they go to that double, power, almost that double offset look, they've given the ball to the second man, and the first man's being the lead blocker. That's the first time that they've handed it off to the first man. So, again, just something a little bit different, and gain of 5 on there. Yeah. Really, really good job. This is chewing up a lot of clock.
Yeah, as we wind down here under the 8-minute mark of the fourth quarter here at 7:44 left on your clock right now. So back to that sort of pro look for the Sooners with Erskine, and we're going to give that to Johnson. Erskine's out front to block for him. Johnson gets through the line, and Cockrell comes in to finish the tackle. And that's going to be another first down for the Sooners.
Yeah, all the way down to the 17, almost a gain of 10 on that. Really, this could be the back-breaking drive for our Hamilton Hurricanes. You need someone's got to step up and make a play right now. Really to keep them out of the end zone.
Yeah, you need that.
Because one more touchdown, and that's pretty much going to ice it.
Yeah, so just nearing the 7-minute mark here of the fourth quarter from Tim Hortons Field. Thanks for joining us here on Canes TV, live on the OFC TV website. So
Adam, we kind of talked about it. Next week we are off.
Yeah.
Our Hamilton Hurricanes are going to be in GTA, I believe, next Sunday.
Phillips put this one up in the air, and it's just going to be a little short. Nice coverage here from
Don't celebrate it. Could have been pass interference really easily.
Absolutely could have been, because we don't turn to make a play.
He doesn't
on this
turn
ball.
around at all. Well, he does it the last second.
Just enough. Ethan Everly, he went down hurt earlier. He's back in the game here,
Yeah.
Coach. We're going to give him that one. All right. Strapped.
Yeah, so our Hamilton Hurricanes are on the road to GTA.
Yes.
Like I said, I think that's next Sunday, if I'm correct. As we have an injury timeout here. Unfortunately, there's a lineman down for Ottawa. The Beefeaters are on the road in Quinte, and Windsor, the Saints, St. Clair Saints, are up in the nation's capital next week to play their second out of 2 in the last 3 weeks against Ottawa. Oh, and by the way, Ottawa, then you get to get on a bus the following week on the Saturday and go to London.
Yeah, no kidding. That's one heck of a latter half of your schedule.
Well, everyone's had to go to them up until this point.
Yeah.
Now they got to go everywhere
else. Yeah, and I guess
else.
really the Saints to Sooners is the longest bus ride for sure.
Yeah, that's a 10-hour ride.
You'd almost take the Via train the whole way. Imagine that. That'd be fun.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Get in the club car.
Oh, there you go.
So here we go. 2nd and 10 from the 18. And we got Phillips going to give this one to Johnson. Johnson's going to cut back to the field side. Johnson gets right up the middle. Touchdown Sooners. No flags here, Coach. That one's going to stand. So that's 6 more on the board.
Well, and I was talking about the backbreaker that was potentially coming there. You could kind of feel it. The defense has played a great game today. I am not gonna, harp on the defense at all.
Yeah.
Last week the defense kind of cost a lot of yards. They've played a great game. They've just played too many snaps in this game, and that last drive really took its toll on them.
Well, and we've got Schmidt coming in for the chip shot here. And successful, 6+1. It's going to make it 20-2 here.
20-2.
So 6:11 left in the fourth quarter here, Coach. Obviously, kickoff return coming on for Hamilton. Hamilton still with some time here to get the ball and put a drive together.
Yep. I keep saying it, but we haven't seen it at any point. If things hold the way they are on that Thanksgiving weekend, Hamilton's going to have to get on a bus and drive up to Ottawa and play this game again.
Yeah.
Now, the way that these teams have played each other, there's a day and night from last week to this week. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll roll the dice with that because this doesn't feel like a 3-score game.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't feel like Ottawa was 3 scores better than them. This is an evenly matched game today. The difference is Ottawa's capitalized on their opportunities. Hamilton, like 2 rouges, one was on a punt, but one's on a missed extra point, So you got to start scoring touchdowns eventually here if you want to go far in the playoffs. But here's the other thing. You only have to win 1 game to play the next week.
Yep. And it's amazing when you get into playoffs in any sport that all of a sudden, you just get that different vibe as we see Siderius here running the ball and trucking up the field. He's going to get to about the 45-yard line.
Yeah.
Nice, healthy return from Siderius. Great job, Addis, down on the field side. And, Kane's going right back to work. And you know what? It's like to finish on my thought here, coaches, get into the playoff side of things. It's no different than with London. London, getting blown out by the Saints, and then last year going down in the playoffs and only losing by a single point, like 32-31 or whatever.
And the thing about that game is they had it with like $1:32 left. He fumbled it going into the end zone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
At the 3-yard line, and St. Clair jumped on it and then was just able to run the clock out. But London had a shot. It only takes 1 game to play the following week.
Well, and we've got Atwell who ends up just dumping this to a lineman under big pressure in the backfield here, Coach. But that's going to be a ineligible receiver, I believe is the word we're looking for.
Well, you got multiple flags on this.
As much as I'm sure Ty Don would have loved to taken that one for a trot down the field.
Let's give love to the big man who caught the ball because that's hard to do. It's unfortunate. An ineligible receiver downfield. We're going to move it back 10 yards. Repeat the down.
Maybe my favorite drill, though, at the high school level or at any level is when to see if we can skip conditioning for the night, we punt to the offensive line across the field. And if they catch it, we don't run that night, right? So nice seeing the big men with hands.
Well, every big man will tell you, it's like, Coach, I could be a quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
I could be a receiver.
100%.
It's when you look at them 100 times out of 100, you go, no, you can't. No, you can't.
2x2. Atwell having a look boundary. He's under pressure again, and the ball is loose, but I think they're going to call him down about the 21-22-yard line.
Atwell is down, too.
Yeah, and 93, Juanito Joseph came flying in.
Was that second down that they marked that at? Second down now.
Yeah. So I think we're in a 2nd and 27. Yeah, 2nd and 27 situation right now.
Yeah.
Or no, we're not going to do it to our hometown boys. It's not a 2nd and 403 situation.
Kind of is, but. So I think 17's coming in at quarterback. I think.
Well, and 17 would be Ethan Robertson. So maybe did Atwell take two? I mean, he did take a shot.
Yeah, and he was down and they blew the whistle for it. So injury timeout for that. He's got to come out for 3 plays.
Yeah. All right. So Ethan Robertson, and do you see Dage down on the sidelines, or is he over here?
He's been AWOL the last couple of weeks.
Interesting. All right. Well, Ethan Robertson, same look offensively here for your Hamilton Hurricanes, looking to get some points on the board with 5:18 left in the fourth quarter. Sending Pereira in motion to turn it into a 3-by-1 here. Coach, he comes back underneath. Nope, we're going to pull this one. Robertson also in trouble and gets sacked at the 10-yard line.
You know, just I think now it's just it's a war of attrition. You're down a lineman or two. They're just shooting a gap and not able to pick them up.
Yeah, so here comes Nold and the punt crew.
You got a double mug going on here, and someone's coming through completely untouched. Yeah.
Yeah, 96, basically.
We missed a block on the outside. Now, I would assume we're going to give up the deuce here, or do you think that they're punting?
You know what? Noel's been able to get a foot on it.
Okay, but you're at the 10-yard line.
I mean, that gets it at best to half. So probably the deuce.
40, 45, yeah. I think you're giving up the deuce here. Switch the field, make them go long field here, and put our defense out there one more time.
Clock's ticking down to the 4-minute mark. Yep, Noel's just going to run it back and fall down. So 2 points for the Sooners.
I don't know why he enjoys running around like that. You can just literally drop down and take a knee, and it's the same result. But
well, that doesn't make good for good TV, Coach. Right?
Now they're running. Guys, we're down there. We're down there. We're
other way, fellas.
We're going way this way. There we go.
4:15 left in this matchup. So it should be 22-2 here, Coach. For the visiting Ottawa Sooners, though. We got it right on the broadcast. So that's all that matters. And Sooners going back to work here at 35. And
so a few new bodies in there now.
Yeah, I was just saying. I said we're just trying to get eyes on the numbers. So rolling in some of the subs.
Yep. You know, I'm seeing number 17 warming up on the sidelines here. That's a big quarterback.
Yeah, he's tall for sure.
He's got to be 6'3", 6'4" out there.
I was going to say we had a roster with all the heights on it one day, but not
it's
too
gone.
Sure. That's gone. Yeah, crazed fan came over and took it. The gentleman that was yelling about the refs last week probably snagged it. So Erskine and Huymans in the backfield. Still Phillips, who's done a great job today, obviously setting up, and we've got a timeout.
So they've called timeout. Yeah, Ottawa's called timeout.
Yep.
I would have taken the time count on that.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't want to call timeout, but I get it.
I mean, you have it, but what's the value? Like, you're already ahead by 20.
Yeah.
So, sure. Well, we were talking schedules next week. Like you said,
we got a weekend off.
We got a weekend off because both the teams, Ron and I cover the Beefs games, we cover the Canes games. Both teams on the road, so I don't know what you're going to do with your time, Ron, but I'm probably just going to relax. But we're back to work in a doubleheader weekend in 2 weeks.
So not only that is I got a wedding Saturday night after the Beef game.
Oh, good times. So we'll keep you busy. Keep you busy. Phillips having a look across the middle, taking a shot, and he's got 2 who will pull that one in. So that's going to be Hayden Murray of the Sooners who's going to catch that, get down to about the 36-yard line, and the Sooners will march down with a fresh set of downs.
So again,
39, sorry.
Yeah, all the way down to the 39-yard line. It's just not picking up. We're playing zone there, and even in zone, eventually you have to start running with a man.
Yeah.
You know, and you've got to start doing that. Now, son, I understand that, but you can't be jumping on the field like that, celebrating.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that people are going to remember when they play each other again in a few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. So we still got Phillips, Erskine, and Huymans in the backfield. I thought we were flipping into that sort of power offset. Nope, they're just going to stay in a pro look. 2 men in motion. We're going to give this to Huyemans, who goes right up the middle and gets dragged by big number 50 of your Hurricanes. That's Marlon McPherson, but that's going to get it close. 2nd and 3.
And that's a 3-minute warning as well. So the Sooners survived the early turnovers. Were able to right the ship, survive the bus legs, and they're going to have a good sleep in the hotel tonight.
Well, and I'm sure they're probably just driving back down the 401, but out-of-town score update here, Coach. 59 unanswered points in St. Clair right now. So
sending a absolute message.
Yeah, definitely. Well, now back to this matchup here. Same look we've seen Erskine and Huyemans in the backfield. We're going to give this to Huyemans again. No, we're just going to keep it. We've got Huyemans out front on the block. We get a first down, and Phillips gets brought down, but we got a flag on the far side of the field as well, too.
Yeah.
And we've got some...
Because of that.
Yeah. All sorts of... I don't know if we get it on the replay. We have a little pile-on in the middle here, which might be just off camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the tackle. I'm thinking, like, no, it's pretty clean, but, yeah. Well,
unnecessary roughness. Face mask against Hamilton. Really? Sorry, I'm objective. I'm trying to maintain it.
Right there, okay.
I don't see that at all.
I thought it was the little, pancake party we were having in the middle of the field.
I thought if anything, the third guy made, maybe a piling on penalty or something.
Yeah.
But.
Well, 2.5. The clock's ticking down. We're at 2:28 here in the fourth quarter. It's 22-2 for the visiting Sooners over your Hamilton Hurricanes.
Adam, I'm gonna congratulate you for being an absolute warrior, as you're taking cough candy after cough candy after cough candy on air.
I coached a lot of football this week already.
Yeah,
Coach,
you did.
So
yeah, you did.
That's the unfortunate. Love doing what we do. So, just got to rally. No different than we tell the kids, you got to play hurt, got to play banged up. Here we are with Erskine trying to get middle.
That's a great stick.
Gets absolutely shut down.
That?
97, I believe. So that's Trevor Harrington on the D-line.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Good job.
Great job.
Great job.
You need to wrap them up, drive your feet.
It's the feet not stopping that is what the kids miss all the time. They put cement boots on contact. You got to just keep driving your feet, and we're at least going to stop the momentum forward at this point.
You want to hold on and run through the tackle.
Yeah. 2nd and goal here for the Sooners. Same backfield, same receiver set. Excuse me.
So
Phillips is having a look field side.
Taking
a shot to 14. 14 pulls that one in, and that's Ethan Wilson. Touchdown, Sooners.
So touchdown for the Sooners on that. Could have been an offensive pass interference. I thought he kind of pulled him off a little bit too, but not called. And Hamilton just getting that last one in there. 28-2 with 2 minutes left. And I imagine we're going to see a whole substitute changes for the Hurricanes coming out here as well for the offense. The score is going to indicate 22-8. Like I said earlier, this does not feel like a 3-score game. This does not feel. Hamilton was right in this game, and they played them very, very hard. And they're, like I said, we just need to finish a drive, and it only takes one before you get two. Okay, so next week on the road to Toronto, they're going to be opportunities there to finish drives.
Yes.
But I'm going to say it. You can't worry about your opponent. When you're playing the way you are, you're not, and this is no slight to anyone, you're not good enough to worry about what they are or if you think you're going to win or if you don't. No.
Yeah.
You have a job to do. That is the definition of the get right. You go out there and you get your assignments right.
Yes.
You get that kind of stuff right. So next week, I want to see our Hurricanes go on the road and finish drives and establish some offensive rhythm. And then on our last game of the year, we get to see them against the Saints.
Right back here at Tim Hortons Field, as we alluded to earlier. Schmidt getting ready to kick this one off, and we'll talk schedules a bit here again, too. So, deep kick to the right side. Looks like Siderius on the return here, Coach, who's going to break through a couple.
86. Who's that? No, yeah, 86.
Oh, so Gago. And we got a flag
And-
over
and
here
then-
against Siderius.
Against Siderius. There you go. You see, but that's
Or he's involved.
you can't do that. That's the 15-yard stuff that Hamilton was doing last week that they're not doing. They're taking those penalties this week.
Yeah. And we're getting great blocks here. And then the Siderius thing's just off the camera. Mind you, Siderius was on the ground, so he might have got up and give a shove afterwards.
No, this is they've already marked. They've already pointed. The 15-yarder against Ottawa.
All right, so here we go then.
17 is still in at quarterback.
So Ethan Robertson still going to work. And do I see number 5 at slot to the field side here, Coach?
I don't think so. Oh, yeah, he is out there.
Here we go. Robertson having a look, rolling out to the right side. Was looking for Pereira. Pereira can't pull that one in. Second down.
Yeah, I recognize that hair anywhere.
Well, we got a Forwarda check. We got a Forwarda sighting on the field here, Coach.
yeah.
Well, here we go. Second and 10.
You know, he's going to tell me how open he was on that when we see him after the game, and I'm going to say after 10 yards you were.
There you go. Thanks, Dad.
You weren't
Yeah.
open until you were.
Well, here we go. Luka Jones up to the top side of your screen. Pereira with him. Then we've got Lord Anto and Forwarda on the bottom side. We're going to take a shot to Pereira. He was in triple coverage there. That one's going to bounce off the deck.
That
And
time
we've
he
got-
was open.
We have Lord Anto and Mr. Forwarda mildly open at that point here, sir. Now, I mean, 3rd and 10.
Oh,
middle
yeah.
of the field.
What-
You know,
Let's go for it. Why not?
Looks like the punt team's coming out.
I get it. You know, you want to work on some stuff. You know, you've had a decent day. You've had a good day punting.
Yeah.
And the coverage unit has been really outstanding tonight. So
Yeah. Well, and you know, I'm having a look at the body language on the sideline. You know, Robertson just came off some of his first series of the season.
Yeah.
Having a good chat with Pereira too. Good to see they're building each other up here. Surprised that we didn't get a
no, he was.
Was he? Oh, okay.
See, this is
So
that's
yeah.
okay.
And
That's a
1 and
no-no.
2.
Okay, but is that his second? Because he got it over there
For
too.
3.
Yep.
Roman Reed.
Yeah. Yeah. Number
Well-
3 got the other one.
Still surprised. I mean,
See,
Anto was backing
we're
up,
doing
so they
a
must have
great
given
job
him.
of following it, but it's at the very end there that he's taking a shot.
Yeah.
So this is going back, and the way he was walking off the field, he knew it was on him. There was no question. So yeah, this is going to be coming back to about the 12 or the 15-yard line. So unnecessary roughness against both teams.
Okay. With a $1.19 left here, Coach. 4th quarter. Everybody just Sooners looking to get on the bus and get home. Canes obviously all still on their feet, making it happen. But everybody just looking to wrap this one up. And we got
So
all
this
these
should be-
extracurriculars.
Yeah. Well, this is the part, like when you know the game's over. Why are they marking 20 off? But anyway.
Is it semi-pro where the basketball movie where they wait to go to commercial and everybody has a fight for the 3 minutes that the commercial
Yeah,
spots are
yeah.
on? I'm sure these guys would absolutely love that right now. Right? Just get it out of your system.
Yep.
So similar look still with Phillips handing this one off to, I believe, Huyemans, who's going to go for a big run for about 5-6 yards here, bringing up a second down for the Sooners. Yeah, it was Huyemans.
Yeah, and again, it's just that they're not doing anything different. You know, they're just running that same power that they've run all game.
Yeah.
Gain of 6 on that. 2nd and 4 here for the Sooners. Ball's at the 37-yard line. We are under a minute left to play. One more first down, then I imagine it'll be knee time.
Yeah, it makes sense. Well, Phillips is going to give this one to Erskine. Erskine gets wide. He gets a first down. A flag is thrown.
It's coming back on a hold.
Then, okay, we need to let go here, guys, out of bounds. So Hustle does a good job tracking him down, but we've got a flag back right in front of Coach Emo, who's having words with one of his coaches. Great shot at us. And then we've got some yapping going on and a flag on the field with 40 seconds left. Figure it out.
So this is the composure crap that I was talking about, but it's not Hamilton making the composure penalties. It's Ottawa. They're trying to say, you know, I'm not going to say what I want to say.
There you go. Moving on.
I'm not going to say it.
No,
but
no need to. No need to. You know what? And we've made, in games past, if you've been following along for the last 3 home games, we've done the composure game where if you were taking a shot for the composures in game 1, you'd have been hammered. Game 2, not so much. And then today, I think Hamilton.
Oh, absolutely. You would have been. No.
Oh, yeah, the 31 in the last home game. Yeah, last week.
Absolutely.
Okay. So today.
You would have been blackout drunk.
Yeah, exactly. So today, it's, upside to the game, especially on defense. Much more composure, way cleaner game for Hamilton as we see Erskine take this up the middle again. He's going to get tackled by a couple of your Canes. Trevor Harrington in on that tackle as well. And that's going to bring us down to 32 seconds left.
Yeah, if honestly at this point, you just want to run the clock here. I want to knee it out twice. I don't think there's any more need for anything.
Yeah, Hurricanes with 0 timeouts left, so just.
I don't remember them taking 2. I just remember them taking the 1.
That end. It was that end twice.
Okay.
But I think I was going to say it was Sooners in the first half that they took one because they were a man down. Anyway, we're going to give this one to Huyemans. Huyemans going to get a first down, breaks through the middle, gets to midfield, and that should run the clock down. And that will be the ball game, Mr. Frawarda, as the teams roll into the middle. Hopefully we stay composed here. Big win here for Sooners on the road against your Hamilton Hurricanes, 29-2.
They did it with the receiver playing quarterback.
Yes.
So that's big props. But this was a much closer game, much more well played, much better discipline held on by our Hurricanes. But unfortunately, still come up on the short end of the stick. They're just a little off on offense here and there, and it's the ability to hit that seam pass, and take that pressure off, and things like that you've got 2 weeks to clean it up before the games really matter.
Yeah, absolutely. So Canes on the road next week, playing GTA, as we mentioned before. And what got us to the end of the game here today, Coach Phillips with a touchdown in the first quarter, Canes with a rouge, right? Then we get a 25-yarder and a 21-yarder from Schmidt of the Sooners to make it 13-1. In the third quarter, a bad field goal attempt goes wide for a single. And then Johnson with the 6+1 safety and another touchdown to Ethan Wilson to make it a 29-2 final for the visiting Ottawa Sooners. I think, the Canes are poised for a victory against GTA next week.
You got to play the game.
Yeah.
Okay? You haven't won jack. And you don't have the right to go in there and go, we're going to win this game easily. You don't.
Yeah.
I said it earlier. You're not good enough to do that.
Yeah.
So.
True enough. And a similar conversation we had with Coach Snyder last week, with his guys kind of talking that up too. So my point is saying they're poised to win. They have all the right parts. We just got to put it together. And hopefully, in week 7 we can see that. And then, yeah, we are back here in 2 weeks for the St. Clair game. We're back here at Tim Hortons Field. Looking forward to that one, Coach. Lots of great CJFL football, OFC specifically, football happening this season. So with that, we'll wrap it up. I want to say thanks to Addis on camera down on the field. Lawson up here on the concourse deck, Simon on graphics and score, Stephanie on production, the coach Ron Forwarda. I'm Adam Melrose. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks on Canes TV.